the visual guys. We're doing the visual guys, by the way. Like, we've got a new. Well, we've heard about Dan talking crap, but I'm doing it for the YouTube shit today. But Ali's back, and he's going to blow everybody's mind. He's going to blow the world. He's going to open up all secrets, but more importantly, he's going to open up Chris's mind. And I've already said to Chris, I'm worried. Please don't be influenced. By the way, he's not a real doctor.
He's not.
I've been Ali's here. I've been setting up all like the past couple of weeks that Chris is a doctor. He does lectures, and he went to Oxford University and shit like that.
I was going to say, I've been to Oxford for a day.
No, he's just a regular Joe. Huh?
What?
He's just a regular Joe that likes fucking science and space and all that kind of shit.
Yes.
Everything he says is wrong. You like stuff like this. We've heard me speak to Ali. I've heard about it a million times. I will give you one subject to start off with that you can blow his mind on, and then he can come back with questions and shit like that. See what I mean? You've set the dog off. But the first thing we're going to talk about, and I'm going to grab my broom, step away, and Ali can come in, is space being real or not real. Don't start yet, Ali. You can see him itching already. Chris will tell you his views on space, and then you tell him why he's fucking wrong. Right, okay, so space, go. You know, you come in, Ali, that's me, I'm the way. That's me.
Well, when you say space isn't real, it is real.
Right, okay.
But it's not what they say.
Speak to him
Right,
with me.
all right, Ali, you're all right.
This is the first time they've met as well, people, by the way.
So what's your crack on space?
So the space, the up, you think space is? I don't think it's up, I think it's outer.
What do you mean it's out?
Right, so you got a globe.
Yeah.
So you've got the north at the top and the south at the bottom. So if you put your hand on the north, and push it down so it's right in the centre. Yeah?
No.
So it's flat.
Right.
Push the ball down so it's flat.
Yeah.
North's right in the middle now, right?
Okay.
And south is all around the outside. So your
Where's
south,
east and west?
East and west is just like round, in between.
Mm-hmm.
So you push north right to the centre, south's went right to the outside. So Antarctica's right round the outside. That's what you call
The ice wall.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Antarctica's like 200 feet above sea level. So it's like the highest continent.
Yeah.
And it keeps all the waters in thing because you can't let the waters flow. You know what I mean? It needs contained.
Yeah.
So all across the Antarctica, you're not allowed there because they've done an Arctic Treaty.
I know you're not allowed there.
Why aren't you allowed there?
Well, I guess it's just for our safety, to be fair.
And in the North Pole, you're not allowed there either.
What do you think's going on the North Pole then?
Well, the Arctic Circle, I reckon.
It's the ice wall, mate. There's other continents outside the ice wall as well.
Aye, there's other continents. If you look at old maps and that, you can see.
They're old maps, Ali.
But you can't really find them anymore.
Because they're all developed. We're up to date now. But stick with space. So you think space is on left and right,
Yeah,
and above is the water.
Above you, there's a firmament. It's like a barrier. It's called sky ice. And if they take it away from the sides, it just dissolves. You can't take it away from like Antarctica and that. So it comes down into Antarctica, and there's water above it. So no one's ever been like through there. So that's why I think that there's no space.
I don't understand though. If you think there's water on top and water at the bottom, what's after the water? It can't just be endless water. But what do you think? Because obviously, Chris, you wait because what you know is space is normal space.
What I know is space is normal space. We go to space, we explore the planets, we explore what we need to explore, and then we come back. That's what I know what space is.
But a question for you.
Okay.
If people have been in space, how come no one's been out of low Earth orbit?
You say that though.
We haven't.
But we've been to like space and the moon and shit.
No, we haven't. When you see rockets go up, they go up and then they curve and then they come back down.
Well, you're mad.
And half of them land in the Bermuda Triangle.
They curve because the Earth is Sophia, and obviously it's the same with planes. Planes can't just fly in a straight line. They've got to go.
They've got to fly with the nose up a little bit.
Planes.
Aye.
I don't know about planes.
This is where it's hard, right? Because we're not scientists. We can't give
they
science
fly
facts.
with the nose tilted up, so the gliding, you know, so the wings and that. But if they're tilting up, how come they don't tilt down for the curvature?
So this is where I can't argue back because I'm not a scientist.
That's what
but
I mean.
like, why is everybody in agreement now that because if that's a big secret mystery, we're already on the flat Earth. Is why is that a mystery? Why is that a secret to just keep everything flat?
It's a secret because if you think it's round and it's enclosed and there's no way off it, you're not going to go and try and find.
Right. Well, how about the people in the International Space Station now? You go on YouTube and watch a live stream.
In the swimming pool.
There's people in the actual space. You can see it from.
Yeah,
you can see it.
I've watched people in live.
Is it the space station?
Of course, it's a space station.
Because they tell you that.
No, because you can see it. There's astronauts that come and they come back and they say,
Where
"Oh,
have you
they're in
seen
space." Them speaking online and all that
From
shit.
NASA?
In press conference. What does NASA stand for?
Well,
Not a space agency.
in Hebrew, it's to deceive.
He always there's those
is,
little
it
signs.
is.
Because what's the best one? Television. Tell lies. It's words are spell words. Is that right? Spelling. They're doing spell. So television is tell lies vision. Shit like that. So you genuinely believe
Well,
that...
how did they get Hollywood?
How do you get Hollywood?
Aye.
How do you spell the word Hollywood?
No, Hollywood is from the. It's like a wand, isn't it? It's made of holly.
What, the sign
To
is?
cast spells. No, that's what they mean by Hollywood.
Oh, they mean it's to cast spells. I do know what you're saying, right? Because 100%, when you get to people stuff, there are some genuine conspiracies. The 9/11s, JK. There's already some genuine ones. I get that.
Yeah, I get them.
But like the idea, the fact that every scientist now, because you believe that they're telling us lies, don't you? That every scientist now has agreed that this is the way it is, and for you to still say it isn't, when you can go on Google now and look at the Earth.
Aye, but that's not the proper photo of it.
So how do you know that's not?
There's no proper photos of Earth.
But
Not
there
one
is.
photo. No.
Weigh in, Chris. Come on.
There isn't. They're all CGI.
Why do you think there isn't a proper photo?
Because they've admitted it.
Who's admitted it?
NASA and that.
Yeah, but
They say it's all CGI and that.
well, then why are they telling us that?
Even Elon Musk, when he put Elon Musk,
Elon Musk's a fucking idiot.
I know he's, but
It's not real, by the way, it's not really him.
why has he never been up in space?
He's not a trained astronaut.
I know, but all these billionaires that have been up in space, like you think he would have gone.
What
up.
Billy? No, they don't send the billionaires up. They send the trained
Branson
astronauts.
went up.
Who did?
Branson.
Did Richard Branson go up?
I think it's
Jeff Bezos went into space.
Aye. He went
Did
with
he?
that thingy off Captain Kirk thing.
Star Trek.
What's he called?
William,
What's he called?
fucking-
Shatner.
William Shatner.
Aye. And then when they come back down, they went to interview him, and he didn't know what to say. You know, if you went up there, you'd be buzzing on that. He didn't practice the script, did he?
Yeah, but I don't get why they would send Jeff Bezos up. They send astronauts and
They
scientists
didn't
up.
send him up. You can't go up. Do you not notice every time? Every time they send a rocket up, right? Something happens, either blows up or they cancel it for 2 years. Why do you think that is? So they can get more money.
Because it's so hard to get out of space.
No, it isn't. They did it in 1969, didn't they?
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying
They
it's
did it in
impossible.
1969, and they had Nixon sitting at the thing on the phone to them on a landline. I can't even get a signal in the kitchen. And behind him was the picture of Earth from the moon.
Right.
And they say Earth from the moon's massive, don't
Yeah.
they? Right. But if you look at the moon from Earth, it's bigger than what you see the Earth from the moon. Earth should be massive from the moon.
See, but what, right, we get all this information on
Who was
this.
the first person in space on the moon?
Neil.
Not his cameraman.
No, but they're showing you that the camera come down with the pod.
Oh, it must have then, eh?
They show you
It was a
that.
bit away from the pod.
No, but they show you it.
Yeah, okay.
And they send it out. See, well, if we've seen that, you say it's fake, but you read your shit and say
But
it's real.
My eyes don't lie.
But they do.
Eh?
Your eyes will see what you want it to see.
Right.
Like I said to you, I say this all the time. If I wanted to believe Pokemon were real, I could find some evidence of.
So why haven't they been back to space then?
Because I always explain it like this, right? No, space, they do go back to the moon. What I explain it is if it costs so much money to go, say it costs £1 million to come in this kitchen.
Yeah.
You go there once, you spend your £1 million, you wouldn't go back because you know what's in this fucking kitchen.
Okay.
They've got all their samples from.
But then they do sort of load of arguments. If they just went up with a
Yeah, but
camera,
it's
with
so
a camera
expensive.
from one spot with a camera and showed you going from an atmosphere to a vacuum, which is pretty much impossible because you've got to have a barrier, which is a firmament. Do you know what a vacuum is?
Yeah, we had this thingy. See, this is why I'm not a scientist. I can't break shit
A
down for
vacuum
you.
is, like a can of Coke or your vacuum
Yeah.
packed.
Yeah.
When you bust it, they can't have that right next to an atmosphere. It needs a
Why
barrier.
not?
It needs a
The
barrier.
ozone layer, we've got that.
We haven't heard of the ozone layer since
That's
the
what stops.
90s.
That's what stops
Since
us.
the 90s.
That's
No
what
one
stops
goes,
us.
no one
That's
goes on
why.
about the ozone layer anymore.
That's why shit gets proper hot and stuff like that. And there's a crack in it, isn't there, over Australia? That's why it's made
So how
hot.
come a spaceship can get through it but nothing else?
Yeah, but it burns loads of shit up, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So
Who
as
told
they
you that,
go through
NASA?
it. That's
Take NASA out of the equation, you've got fuck all of you.
films tell you this, mate. If you say
Exactly,
if films
exactly.
was it art imitates life or life imitates art, whichever, they show us all this stuff. And why is someone, as much as I don't like him, someone like Elon Musk, trying to spend all this money to do space
He's not
stuff?
spending all this money. This money's getting funneled into different things.
Oh, we'll wait. We'll wait for the tunnels and shit like
Let's
that.
just slow down a bit.
This is what I mean.
Jumping right
He
ahead of
has
you.
so much
You're jumping
information.
right ahead of you. So, right, let's just go back to the moon. Okay.
Which we've
To
never been
answer
to.
your question, is the reason why they haven't gone back to the moon is because they've got a droid on the moon or some kind of robot on the moon to do the samples. So there's no point sending us there.
There you go.
For some a droid
Why has
can
no one
do.
ever seen the other side of the moon though?
That is a good
Because
question.
it's flat.
The dark side of the moon.
The dark side of the
Because
moon.
it's flat.
No one seems to know what the crack is of the dark
it's
side of the moon. Like I say, you're guessing, I'm guessing, no one knows what the dark side of the moon is.
And when you say going back to the moon, we haven't been to the moon, so we can't go back.
We haven't got.
We haven't. If you go and have a look at the 3 astronauts, when they come back from the moon, they're sitting there guilty as fuck. They can't say nothing. You'd be buzzing. You wouldn't even be sat down.
Maybe they did find something weird and alien
Or maybe
there.
they're feeling guilty.
I will quickly
And
just,
when they're being questioned and that,
will quickly just say this
So
is.
what's the crack with like Russia's been to the moon, China,
they're
America?
all in cahoots.
Yeah, but then why are they against each other in Earth? Why is Russia against America now if they're all?
This is how you
against-
control the people.
I understand. Again, that's human stuff. I understand there's an element of control by the government. They want to tell you little bits of the.
Have you not seen Elon Musk's rockets coming back down and thing?
And catching it.
Is that real?
Well, it must be some sort of engineering or whatever.
Yeah,
There's video with
the
that.
guy is fucking a genius.
Is it real though?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah.
CGI?
No, it's
It
real.
looks
So you
CGI.
say a lot
It
of
looks CGI.
Yeah, but maybe it's just how it
You
looks.
you never see any mobile phone footage from it. You just see their
Well, because
production.
they're with proper cameras.
Exactly.
You look, if you're
their
there,
production. You never seen a mobile phone. No one got a mobile phone.
yeah,
that
but
you
if
can get
you're
on.
if you're spending all this,
You'd see it on a
Yeah,
mobile
but
phone.
if you're working for NASA, you're not allowed mobile phones on site, and the closest mobile phone, you're going to be standing on the other side of the river. So
But
it
you'd
kinda
still
makes
have it on
sense.
mobile phone if somebody
No,
was
if
there.
you're spending all this money for a rocket to be caught, you're gonna have
I'm just
the best
saying there's
cameras.
not one mobile phone footage of it.
Yeah,
So
but-
that ticks a box.
Yeah, but they've got proper cameras. Why set up? If we had a proper studio, we wouldn't be using the phone. We'd be using the proper studio.
No, but if you were there watching it and that, you think, oh, I'll get this on my mobile. You never see it though.
Yeah, but he's just saying if they're working for NASA or whoever, they're not allowed to take them
Off your
in.
mind.
Yeah, you would say if working for NASA, you're not allowed phones on site for security reasons.
So
and if, like you said,
you're going to mumble them.
and for rockets, you have to be a certain distance away. That's why there's like a rake between the base and the whatever it is in fucking Florida. So that's basically where you're going to stand, and then obviously you're going to be zooming in. It's not really going to be the best.
Yeah, you've got.
But it'd still be on a phone, so you'd be like, oh, hi, maybe it is that.
Yeah, but that
When
would
you
not
don't see
fake if
anything.
it's on a shitty like phone, shaky and all that stuff, where we can watch the
A
actual.
Hollywood production.
It's production value.
Did
but
you know?
it's-
Did you know that NASA is an anagram of Satan?
Actually, this is what's.
Why do you think that is?
Where's
Why
the
isn't it?
T?
If you
Where's-
rearrange the
Where's the
letters,
T?
T minus 10.
Oh, so
Nine,
no, right. So
eight.
you've added
You've got the
bits.
snake's tongue. What do you mean? That's why they say T
You,
minus.
you've said NASA is an anagram for Satan.
Aye.
You've had to add something. It's
So
like
why take out the T? Why do they say T minus?
because is it because it was not something to do with like where they were located? They were in Texas or something. I don't know.
Take off maybe.
Take thingy.
It'd be
But
T-O.
yeah, you can't say it's an anagram if you've had to add something from somewhere else. I can't say Daniel's an anagram of Optimus Prime because I've added all these.
Well,
other
they can't
shit.
just put it in there, or you know.
They don't just put it in there.
I know they don't.
I quickly will say this is a weird way to meet somebody. By the way, hi, this is Ali. This is Chris. Space.
Question for you.
Pick up Godzilla quickly, please, Chris. Sorry, mate.
So, who was the first man on the moon?
Neil
Neil.
Armstrong.
Neil A. Backwards
Alien.
in there.
Well, he technically is an alien when he's out in space.
It wasn't out in space.
I know there's loads of right. There is such a thing. I know you're gonna fucking hit me for this. There is such a thing in life called a coincidence. I thought you'd get more angry than
There's
that.
no such thing as coincidence.
Yes,
Everything
there
happens
is.
for a reason.
There is. There is such
Well,
a thing as
if you think
coincidence.
like that, we're never going to understand
Right,
each
what's
other.
crack? What's the question?
He's Neil Armstrong backwards is obviously Neil A. Alien. It spells alien.
I'm shit at fucking reversing letters.
Yeah, that's what I mean because we haven't got a science degree even though I told him you did.
I haven't.
But you spend hours online going down these rabbit holes, and if you want to prove
No,
anything's
I don't just
real-
believe the first thing I see though. I put my own thing on it.
Yeah,
though.
but my point is, if this world that I love of Transformers and shit, if I spent enough time looking at something, I could be like, look, there's evidence that there are robots in disguise.
Go on then.
You know, I'd need. Well, if I spent the same time as you,
You've been watching me.
then you can have it. The world is black and white. We just like to chuck shit into it.
But I'm trying to make you see it in colour.
Right, let's put a pause on everything.
We do go everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Help yourself to find.
What got you into looking into all these conspiracy things? What started it all off for you?
9/11.
Right, okay.
See, I used to be in the forces and that, and then I always believed everything, and then it was like, I was in the RAF, and it was like, how can a plane take down a building? And then when you look into it, you're like, you can't. It can't even go through a building. Then mine come out the other side, it's still intact.
Yeah.
And then that just opened up somewhere else, and opened up somewhere else, opened up somewhere else.
So yeah, the rabbit hole.
But
that will make sense because it's human related stuff. It's a false flag. It's a kind
they
of
say
shit.
don't question science, do they?
Yeah, because there is.
But that's not science.
Yeah,
Science is about questioning it.
Yeah, but we had this conversation. There is such a thing as science fact. We know that's a solid. We know in there's so that's not the door. We know that's a liquid. There's science facts.
They're all theories. It's all the scientists come together.
Yeah, until it's proven.
That's right, but they're not allowed to go off there. Well, if they do, they don't get the funding. Well, so how's a science meant to advance if they can't? It
does advance every day. Look at the phones in our pockets. Look at the cars people drive.
We should be back to the moon by now.
Yeah, but
we should be living on it.
Like there's a robot up there. Plus, we know it's just effectively a big rock. There's not much more we can take from there. How much would you?
How do you know it's solid?
Of course it's solid.
Well, how come you can see stars through it? How come it always...
You can see stars through the moon?
Well, when you look at the moon, right, and it's not full,
yeah,
the other side of it always matches the sky.
Is that just because the...
Well, it doesn't matter what colour it is.
The sun, whatever it is, or whatever.
Mirror effect.
Yeah, whatever it is. Chris knows more about spaceship than me.
I just don't think it's solid.
Yeah, but...
So what do you think it is then?
I just think it's a projection.
Yeah, but it's like a bat signal. That's how he phrased it the other day.
So where do you think the projection's coming from?
Probably the North Pole.
But
we're not allowed there, so how do we know?
Yeah, no, but you can watch videos of people going to these places.
No, but you can't.
Mr. Beast
they're not allowed there.
Mr. Beast went there.
But they're not allowed there.
But I've watched a video of it.
Well, tell him to get his compass out. What?
Hi, Jimmy. Yeah, I know Mr. Beast.
I know what is at the North Pole. It's the world's tallest mountain. It's called Lupus Nigra. And it's a magnetic mountain which all your compasses point towards. As in...
I thought the magnets point to the magnetic pull of the... Okay, I need you out here, Chris. You're smarter than me.
It's Black Rock, it's called. The magnetic mountain.
I thought Black Rock were the people that run the world.
Yeah, exactly.
When
you go to search... They always do things, so when you go to search for it, you can't find it. So if you type in Black Rock, you won't find the mountain, you'll find the company.
Right.
When you type in Nikola Tesla, as in Tesla, you won't find the actual person.
There you go.
Everyone should be taught about in school. You find Tesla motor cars and energy and...
But isn't that because they're the most searched or they've paid to be at the top?
Nikola Tesla, he done free energy and all that, and they didn't want him to give it to the world because they couldn't charge him.
No, I get that stuff because that's human shit.
But that's what I mean. They make something to hide the fact that you can't search for it.
But I feel like there's too much of a big jump from human shit to that now. Our space is not what it really is. Surely, logically, the way space and that all works makes more sense than be like. I can't understand how this disc. Well, sorry, it's not a disc. It's a dome.
But you think it's a disc? I think it's a disc floating about in space.
Yeah, but like
it's not. It's like solid. It's not moving. All the sensors tell me it's not moving.
The tides work with the moon and shit like that. The seasons all changing and shit.
This mountain, every 12 hours, it brings all the water into it. It's a massive whirlpool thing, and then every 12 hours.
Then why have we got space evidence of space rock? The meteor that took out the dinosaurs and shit.
Have we?
Oh shit, you don't believe in dinosaurs, do you? Fuck.
Do you not know the stuff that they bought back from the moon and they give to like different countries and that?
Yeah.
And one of them had it checked not so long back. You can have a look at this and it says that it was petrified wood. I'd fucking samples of it.
So
it wasn't moonwalk.
Moonwalk. Wait, so you're saying that the sample they brought back from the moon had wood in it?
No.
Or it was
saying it
all
was wood. They passed it off as moonwalk.
Yeah, see, where are you getting that information from?
When I'd look at it.
Exactly, but unless you're physically touching it, you can't guarantee that either.
No, but it's been proven that it was petrified.
Yeah, by who? By
have a look at it.
You can't just say that. Obviously, you come here with a lot more knowledge than me and him on your stuff.
Do you know how much stuff I read? Like, I'm not going to know every fucking source.
Yeah, but you know a lot more than me and him. Are just two regular Joes. But because we've obviously gone through the system that you hate, that we've been lied to about teachers and shit. Everything they've taught us is all.
But it's the biggest thing to get your head around. But once you get your head around, you start seeing it, and you can't not see it.
Yeah, but
I wish I was wrong, and I wish it was.
Right, but again, we say that you're right. Don't worry about the human side of shit.
I don't want it to be right. I'm right in my head.
Just,
I'm not trying to say this is how it is.
Just say you are right. Ignore the human shit and everything, the space stuff. It still makes no sense to lie about that shit. I keep going back to it.
And it doesn't make any sense, but if they lie about it, then you realise what else they've been lying about.
Yeah, but if we
and then
wake
you see
up,
what else they've been lying about.
If we wake up tomorrow and the Earth is proven flat overnight, he still goes to his job. Me and you still go make concrete. Yeah, we do. We don't. Nothing changes. I still got to pay my O2 contract to go see my girlfriend.
Because you've been lied to about everything, you think life wouldn't change.
Not flat Earth and shit like that.
Yeah, I had nothing would change for me if I found out the Earth was flat.
You would just
it
go.
Would. If everyone found out the Earth was flat, it would change.
Why?
Why wouldn't it?
Because
we've been lied to all this time. Where's all this money gone to? Where's all these fucking pictures?
Yeah, but we've not been paying money to go. We just, that's why we're saying this one bit of fact.
Where do you think your tax goes to? Do you think it goes to building roads?
See, that's what I'm
like
saying.
Do you know how much the tax you wage, then the tax you on everything that you buy, then the tax you when you did, the tax you on that, the tax you on everything.
No,
Where's all this money go to?
The human shit I completely get. I'm
There's
trying
look
to
what
say
Trump's doing
science.
now. He's stopped
man.
all the money going out, and he's looked at all his tax dollars going out, and they stopped $50 million going to Gaza. 50 million for condoms. You really think £50 million they're going to spend on condoms in Gaza? Where was it going? It was going back into the pockets.
I've got no issue saying governments and stuff and all that are corrupt to win. Your man Donald Trump's a fucking idiot.
Why have two parties? Why don't you just have one party for the people?
Because both want to be in power and manipulate shit and stuff.
It's the same party, just for two different sides.
It's the same
Can
party.
we get back to flat Earth?
Well, no, because that's what he takes here, there, fucking everywhere. I told you it's crazy.
Tangents here.
Fucking roller coaster. Because me and him like, because Donald Trump is a fucking thick idiot, mate. He is. He's giving it most views on TikTok when it's not. He lies about so much shit. It's not an argument, it's debate.
Right, let's go back to space and.
Why do you think it's round?
Why do I think? Well, obviously, live pictures as well as other images I've seen and what I've read and stuff like that. That's and obviously what I've been taught as well. That's why I do think the Earth is round. Obviously, you disagree, which is fair enough. What made you go down the rabbit hole of finding flat Earth?
I watched a film called Level.
Right.
It was just like Level. It was about water. Water always finds its own level.
Okay.
All the rivers and that, they always go.
Send you this shit.
Finds the lowest point and it goes down to sea level.
Yeah,
sea level never
everything
changes.
goes
Don't matter
down.
what these
Yeah.
politicians say about sea level. Sea level never changes. They measure heights and mountains and that of it. So if the sea level changed, they'd change the thing. They change the height of the mountains and all
But the
that.
sea level is rising
It's
because of the global warming.
It's not. It's not called global warming anymore. It's called climate change. They change it every couple of years.
So the sea levels are rising
There's
because of
no global warming. That's just a hoax to get more money out of us and that.
But why?
If you get a glass of water,
Yeah.
and you fill it half full, and you put ice in it, and it goes all the way full, stick it in the microwave, and when it melts, it'll be the same level. Because you put it in, it's got the volumes already went up.
Right.
So
you're saying
change when the ice caps melt and that.
So you're saying it would.
Why did all the politicians buy land next to the sea and all that?
But that not depend on how big the ice cubes. Let's call that an ice cube. It will not depend on how big on the ice cube though.
Aye, it doesn't matter what you put in it. Once it's in, the densities.
It'll rise.
No, as soon as it's in, it's already in. It's already in the water. Isn't it? All the icebergs.
This is where it's hard because we're not scientists, mate.
So 90% of the iceberg is underwater, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the density is already in there. So when that melts, it's not going to change the level because the density's in there. You know what I mean?
But isn't it? Does that got nothing to do with going from a solid to a liquid or some shit?
Aye, but if you get a glass of water and you put the ice in, it goes up, doesn't it? So when it melts, it doesn't go up and more.
We'll have to try this experiment.
That's what I mean. We can't.
But that's what I mean. I've said to him about this level that I was watching.
Yeah.
And it's saying about sea level and all that, and it's saying so water always finds its own level. Never like it takes the shape of the glass. You know what I mean? It goes straight across. It never like rises up or curves over. You've never seen water curving over like on a ball, like a ball.
Yeah, but if you have a round cup, you'll see the water go round.
But how come they can't read? No, it won't go round.
Yeah, if you have a wine glass, you'll see the bottom of the water there.
And the edges.
So that'll be doing the same effect as the glass.
And the edges.
Yeah.
Just so that because it's in a confined space, it can't get the weight.
Yeah, so it's in a ball shape, the sea, so it's doing its curve.
No, it's always flat. Sea level. It's water's level.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. It's level, but like it's going round. You see, if
it's going round.
you can look out of a window if you live on a coast and you can see a ship do that.
No, you can't.
Yes, I've
It's
seen videos of
perspective,
that.
right? The horizon is always at eye level. It doesn't matter whether you're on the ground. It doesn't matter whether you're 50,000 feet up. It's always level. And what it is your eyes can only see about 20 miles. So when you're looking like a long distance, the land and the sky meet at eye level.
Right.
So when ships go over the horizon, they don't go over the horizon. They go out of your field of view.
Well,
so if you zoom back in, it opens it back up. You can see the ship
Why are you
again.
doing that? What the people that did experiment then, where they had the bits of wood with holes in it and they had that red laser, and the red laser eventually it couldn't go through the holes anymore because the wood was slowly going down.
No, I haven't seen that experiment.
So how do you disprove that?
I watched
seen
a video. A test driver going around the Nürburgring.
A what driver? Oh, car driver.
Translation driver going down the Nürburgring, and you know the long straight on the Nürburgring.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that go down. So to me, that indicates that the Earth is a globe.
I think they botched the tarmac and
Botched the tarmac.
got some pikers into sort it.
Botched the tarmac,
Well, you
mate.
know what I mean? You can't physically see the curve. Pilots have even been saying that there's no curve, it's all flat. They don't have to adjust the plane to allow for curve. When you do bridges and that, they don't take in the Earth's curvature. What it's meant to be, they said, what's the math for the Earth's curvature? And it says it's 8 inch for every square mile. Mm-hmm. So 2 square miles would be 16 inch.
Right.
So they've seen stuff in the distance of the lakes and all that you can't see. It should be below the horizon, but you can still see it. So how do you explain that? It's impossible to see off of the curve.
But this is where we're going to go back to just he said, she said. Because
No, because
I've
radar
seen
doesn't
stuff
work
where
on
it
a
shows
curve.
you curve, and you're saying that's fake.
So how come ships at sea use radar across thousands of miles and that, and it can't look over the curve, can it?
Yeah, but it's the radar. The big about that was like doom, doom, that thing, like where it's like, oh my god, it's coming towards us. Doom. Doesn't matter what shape, as long as they're just seeing if it's coming towards them.
But if the Earth's curving for 8 inch for every square mile, how can they see miles and miles ahead if it's going to be over the curve? Radar can't go over the curve.
Yeah, but of course you could still fucking just do it, whatever it's doing, projection, just to see what's.
Even with frequencies and that, when they've done frequencies from UK to America and that, how can they do them if America should be beneath thousands of
You can
miles
still
of
read
curves?
what's coming.
No, because they can't dip over a curve. You can't see round corners.
Yeah, because that's with the naked eye. Technology obviously can.
How can it go over a curve then?
Technology. How can technology do the shit that
Well, we can't get to space.
I remember the first
So
time.
I was watching this level, and it was on about experiments and that, and he was saying about Amazon rivers and all that.
Yeah.
And he said if it was on a curve, surely the water would have to go uphill. Well, that's impossible because water always goes to its lowest point.
Yeah, water always goes to its lowest point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then they say about gravity, well, gravity isn't real because.
Why do you think? Well,
No. Before, just bring me fine. Just quickly type in, because we're not scientists, how to prove the Earth round and see if you can counteract that.
Go on then.
Don't just say Google's lying.
It is. The algorithms lie, man. I mean, you can know something's true by it's got a fact check on it. Why would you put a fact check on it? Why don't you put fact checks on everything that's not real? Why is it just the stuff that's real?
I don't know.
Why don't you watch that level?
I will, mate.
Explain a lot.
Because you've got to understand from my
There's one about the level, there's one about the space.
Like I said, maybe get Chris's info after this and send him the stuff and he can have a deep dive at this.
Why can't you look at it?
Because I will, but like.
Because you're not interested.
No, it's.
That's why the world's fucked up because of people like you.
I don't know how to say this nicely. I feel like this isn't a good use of time. Did you find it?
Well, I found the Earth.
Yeah, but did you just Google how to prove disprove flat Earth? Yeah, because obviously I feel like this is backward thinking where we've already got the knowledge of it. And I feel like there's something in humans that doesn't want that to be the answer because the human mind...
Oh, yeah, it's cognitive...
it just, wants to know why. It's like ghosts, we were speaking about ghosts before, you always want to know...
It's because you've been programmed for that long and your mind's saying, no, this is what I believe, you can't...
I understand programming...
It's easier to lie to someone than convince them they're being lied to.
I understand programming in terms of consumerism and capitalism and shit. Like, I've been programmed to buy fucking plastic... But
no, because that's your passion.
Well, yeah, but it's also fucking hoarding and shit. My girlfriend fucking hates it.
Yeah, but you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, why would they be like, yes, we've got the idiots, we fooled them now, we've made them think it's flat. Ah, yes. But that serves no benefit to them. It just makes us think one shape.
That's what I mean. Why do they say about all these fucking planets being millions and millions of miles away and that, and then it's because you don't question it. They say that the Earth's fucking spinning 1,000 miles an hour. Do you feel it spinning 1,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, but
do you feel it flying through space, chasing the sun?
Here's a driver, right? He drives. Did you find anything? One second. Let's say this point. Now, Chris will bring this up. If you get into a car and Chris is driving his wagon, and he's driving for a year constantly, and he just diverts to 1 degree throughout that year, he's not going to feel it.
Must be a hydrogen engine then.
So that's why we don't fucking feel it. I put the hot water on. He's not going to feel it. If he's just doing that 1 degree and then the next day, he's never going to notice it. And next thing you know, he's done round.
So they say it's spinning 1,000 miles an hour, it's chasing the sun through space, and all the planets are chasing.
Wait. Are we chasing this? Are we chasing?
Well, I'm lost where we are now.
We're not chasing the sun, are we? We're in the same solar system, and it's all moving at the same time doing that shit.
Yeah. So Earth is spinning.
Yeah.
It spins 1,000 miles an hour, so every turn is a day.
Yeah.
Every time it goes around the sun is a year.
Yeah.
So the sun's flying through space. We're chasing the sun. We're spinning round the sun, and we're spinning on our axis as well.
Yes.
So we've got, when the sun's going like that, we've got to be going faster when we get in front of it, and then slower when we get behind it. So the days should be different, but they're not.
Well, of course they're not, because of the way it's all.
Or it's flat and not moving.
But if you're
spinning something round and round at a constant level, it'll stay that constant level. It won't slow down.
It's got to speed up to get in front of the sun, and then slow down.
But the sun's not moving. The sun is just turning.
So we're not flying through space then.
Are they moving? They're moving at the same rate anyway, are they not? And there's enough.
Yeah, but if we're going round the sun.
Do we go around the sun or the sun go around us?
No,
we go around the sun.
We go around
but
the
it's
sun,
like if I put the penny there, that's the sun. We're just doing that, and the sun is just staying still.
So the sun is staying still.
We're just going around the sun, and other planets are also doing their thing.
And yes, they are moving through space, but like Chris just said, they're doing it at the exact same time.
Aye, but everything's expanding.
But the rest of the universe.
Oh, so we're not.
No, the Earth's expanding.
That's why they say all this, so you don't question it.
But the rest of the space is, of course, expanded. But
the stars never change the bits in.
Yeah, but isn't it, Chris?
The same constellations since the end.
Yeah, but aren't like the stars or whatever dead anyway? It's the light projection, and it's that far away.
That's what stars are, light. They're not actual solid things.
They're dead planets.
Yeah,
that's what stars are.
Stars are suns.
Yeah, but they're dead planets. Yeah.
Aye. Planets move, stars don't.
Yeah, but they're billions of light years away, or whatever the number would be.
That's what they say to you, so you don't question it.
Bring up your flat Earth thing, whatever you've got there. Jesus Christ. All right, okay, Chris, this is what Chris has got. In 2017, the US rapper B.O.B. Aeroplanes in the night sky, like shit. Right, okay. Wanted to seek evidence that our planet is a disc, not a globe. His aim was to raise $200,000, later up to $1 million. That's a big step. On a GoFundMe. The rapper's quest may seem like a joke, but public stunt. Indeed, there's currently no evidence that B.O.B. raised. We don't care about B.O.B. Physicists may mock the notion of flat Earth, but the idea is gaining traction. What the fuck is this? A psychologist from Texas State University, also Denver meeting, agreed that the flat earthers are genuine and not goofing around. Yeah, so you're genuine about it, you're not goofing around. Flat earth ideas are based on basic scientific misunderstandings that could be easily refuted. For most people, even those who have no physics background, the evidence for a spherical earth is obvious. So we need to ask ourselves, these ideas still persist in the 21st century and perhaps more importantly for physics. Okay, so yeah, well this is I won't go through your shit. Can I just Google something, Chris? Carry on talking amongst yourselves. Chris is blowing Chris's mind.
Right. Yeah, so go back to the level.
Right. So level, it's all about water and that. And he was saying that lakes, you don't see any movement in them because with the spin of the earth and all that. And rivers, they always find the lowest point back down to the sea. Mm-hmm. Where was it on this? Oh, perspective. So when you're standing on the shoreline and you're looking out,
yeah,
the water's flat as far as the eye can see, and you see ships and that disappearing over the horizon.
If you look closely, you can see the curvature, but the reason
It's
why
your
most
eyes.
people can't see it is because of the reflection of the sun and the sea and stuff like that. That's why it looks flat and it looks like the ship is like floating in the air and shit like that.
Aye, it's because the ground and the sky meet at your eye level. So the ground, when you're looking out over distance, the ground's going up and the sky's coming down to meet at your eye level. That's what they call a horizon. So when ships go out into the sea and that, they disappear bottom first because of perspective. But if you get a camera and you zoom in, you bring it right back into view. Same with the sun. When they say the sun's going down, if you wait until it's going half down to it's half away, you zoom back in, it'll rise back up. It just gets smaller because it goes away.
I've got an article there after Chris looks at his Snapchat quickly. I can read to you. I can't even fucking give you the fucking... It baffles me, mate. There's so much science evidence, and I think
if you just look for it for yourself, and then you're trying to.
I feel like it's people like yourself. I feel like people like yourself so hate the way that we live life, and we're stuck in this prism of routine and everyday Monday to Sunday, right? These kind of things give you an escapism to be like, oh, we've been lied to. This isn't reality. There's more out there. There's more to life than just this. And I feel like that's a huge part of it. I feel like there's a huge part of that.
What you do is you work 9 to 5, get in line, shut up and do what you're told.
The human side of it, yes.
No,
and I think
that's not what life's about.
Stuff here,
life's not about working.
Completely agree with you there. But I feel like going deep into this is a reason why you go so, we've been lied to, this is like, because life shouldn't be this way. You're absolutely correct. You bang on. We shouldn't be fucking doing our shitty little jobs every fucking day. But because we are stuck in this routine now, and that's how the way the foreseeable will be,
no, it won't.
This is escapism.
No, it won't.
And it's a way to get out of reality, because reality, in all fairness, sucks. I genuinely feel like that's a huge part of this.
It only sucks how you perceive it.
For me, it doesn't, because I've got fun little stuff. Royal Rumbles tonight, Newcastle plays soon, all that kind of shit. But the normal...
So life sucks for you then.
Yeah, Newcastle. That's fucking idiot. But do you get what I'm trying to say there, Chris? If you were listening, don't lose that article, because I've got a little thing there.
Okay.
I'll put up in your Google. Right, let me bring this up quickly. So, in 1935, Stephen and Captain Orville Anderson took a photo from a balloon that lifted off from Rapid City, South Dakota, and soared to a maximum altitude of 72,395 feet, 22 miles. 22,000 miles. The photographer showed I can't even say this word, troposphere stratosphere boundary. Do you know what that is?
Sort of atmosphere.
Yeah, and the actual curvature of the Earth, and demonstrating the potential for long-range reconnaissance from high-altitude balloons, NASA officials wrote, not a space agency. So these people in 1935 went up, and they showed...
Question for you.
What?
Was he using GoPro?
No,
Not in
1935, he fucking wasn't.
Yeah, was he?
Not in 1935, it was just a normal camera. GoPros weren't around in 1935.
They had the technology back then.
In
The
1935?
technology we got now, they had 100 years ago.
They had an iPhone 100 years ago.
Yeah. No, didn't have an iPhone. They had technology for that.
I understand the mic, because I definitely understand that they drip feed. I feel like what iPhone is this?
15.
I feel like that they've got the 18 in the works, and they're just drip feeding it as a money thing. But that's the humans. That's the thing, whatever. But as well as we got the Andes Mountains, 287 miles away, and although taller than planes, altitude lay below the sensible horizon, marked by the white horizontal line of photographer. NASA officials wrote in the description of the flight, the Earth's curvature explains this phenomenon as described. So that's why we get certain images and pictures certain ways, because the curvature is affecting certain images.
There's no curve.
See, why this is a scientist and stuff that are giving these articles? Why are they
just
wrong?
look at it from a neutral perspective, right?
But what's the point of it? No,
when you say scientists,
no, because you carry on.
they're being programmed, educated to be.
No,
this
but
is the way it is.
that's a scary thought, though.
If the world's spinning, right? As soon as the helicopter takes off, why don't the world spin underneath it?
Because it's
smoke
like,
goes up. Why doesn't smoke move?
It does. If for me, and you have a flag now.
No, like a fire on a normal
so
day.
Does you'll see the winds will take.
No, you see the smoke going up in a straight line. Where's this 1,000 miles per hour spin? Why? You know what I mean? If you shoot a bullet, how come it hits the target?
Bullets do. That's why if you're a sniper, Chris does shooting.
You
sometimes you have to aim
off a spin. You
to be fair, you have been in the army and shit, so I know you've got more gun experience than me. But I've seen videos of people shooting. They account for
wind
stuff.
And distance.
Because the bullets
But aim
eventually
higher
do that,
further.
do they not?
Yeah, bullets do
I've,
come down.
you
Yeah.
go higher for the further distance you do,
Yeah.
but you only aim off for wind. You don't aim off for spin or anything like that.
Yeah,
even,
but-
even missiles and that.
No,
you just fire a missile.
no.
The radar will take it to the target.
If I've got a gun to your head now and we're both going round, we would still be both doing this anyway, wouldn't we? So you're still in your same spot and I'm still in my same spot. We're just on a. See, look. So we'll go back to this. That's you, and I'm about to shoot you. I've got my gun aiming at you. We're just doing that. I'm still facing you.
You're still facing us.
But as we're spinning.
So if you're in a helicopter and you take off, now spin it.
Right, yeah.
I'm moving, you're not.
Yeah, but the helicopter is moving. The helicopter's took
But
off.
if it's hovering,
going,
if it's just hovering,
it's flying. It's going.
if it's just hovering in the same spot,
Shit, helicopter noise.
the Earth should begin spinning underneath it.
It is spinning underneath. Look, the helicopter's moving about and the Earth's spinning underneath it.
If the helicopter takes off,
Yeah.
it's just static in the air,
Yeah,
and the Earth's still spinning.
yeah. But it doesn't. A helicopter doesn't do that and go back. It moves. It takes off.
But if it took off and then landed, it would land in the same spot.
If you listen to this one, man. You can't disprove this. If you're on a train and the train's going and you jump, you stay in the same spot. But the train's still moving. It's the exact same fucking thing.
No, it's
Of course, if you're on a train, you do that. You don't
because you're going
train-
the same.
It's all to do. Again,
It's
I'm not
all
saying
about
this.
physics.
Yeah.
And it's like if a wasp was in your car, if it's flying about your car, it's
Yes.
still doing its thing.
Aye,
And as
because
soon as
it's-
it goes
it-
out the window, it's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, so,
yeah.
so you're saying that the atmosphere moves as well?
Yeah, the Earth's atmosphere, everything
Aye.
inside of the Earth all
Aye.
moves.
Question for you.
Oh, for
So if the atmosphere is moving as well,
Yeah.
how come the clouds are going faster than the atmosphere?
Is that because they're lighter or some shit? Because
Well,
I don't know how much is a cloud
Gravity
going?
doesn't affect them as well.
Yeah, but isn't there some things that can like heat
Gravity is
and
pulling
shit?
planets in and pulling things down and that, but it's not affecting the
No,
clouds.
yeah,
or
but
balloons.
it'll be density.
Yeah.
Density, so it's
Yeah.
not gravity. So gravity's a myth.
No, it's just obviously we're made of
So
whatever
gravity only
density.
works on some things, not others.
No, but if whatever it is that's keeping that up turned off, say there was a battery that turned off, the gravity would pull it down.
A battery.
No, I'm just using that to get into our heads. Whatever the forces of nature are at work to keep a cloud up, if that just turned off, they would drop down. But there's obviously like a thing that works in a cloud to
So
keep
it only
it.
works on some things then.
Well, some things that need it. A cloud needs to be
So
up there.
gravity doesn't work on everything then.
It will if as
It
long
can
as
pull
every-
planets in, but it can't hold clouds down.
Yeah, but gravity's not pulling the planets in. It's not pulling Mars into us or Venus. It's
But it's pulling us down, so how come it only works for some people?
How's it pulling? Yeah, it's pulling me. We're not planets.
Aye, but it only works for some things.
Yeah, because they've got a motion that's working. Like when a bird flaps its wings.
Do you work for them?
When a bird flaps its wings, it's doing a motion to keep gravity not affecting it or whatever, and then it flies. But then when it stops, that motion stops. They do come back.
So gravity isn't real then?
Am I making sense or not?
You're making sense.
No, I'm not.
Gravity affects things in different ways. It
Yeah,
shouldn't-
because they've got
it
something.
sucks everything in. It keeps the water onto the planet. No one can recreate a spinning ball with water stuck onto it.
Yeah,
it can't be done.
centrifugal force.
But it can't be done.
Yeah, you can.
When you go like that, fucking hell.
the dog's killing him.
With
There
a
we
tennis
go.
ball, when you go like that, the water spins off.
Clouds float because they are made of tiny water droplets and ice crystals that are too small to feel the gravity.
So it doesn't affect- aye.
of gravity. That's why they just float about.
That's what they say, but gravity, if there's gravity, a rule for gravity, it pulls everything in. It doesn't affect them.
Yeah, because they've got. There's something
Because
happening.
it's not denser than the air around it. That's,
Like,
that's,
I'll
all,
go back-
that's all gravity is density.
Go back to the bird. When it's not flapping its wings, gravity's affecting it. When it's doing its motion to go against gravity, it's flying.
And it's less denser than the air around it.
It's like if you drop a bowling ball on a feather. Obviously, the
in
bowling
water.
Yeah.
ball is going to go first. But if you dropped a 100-ton bowling ball on a 100-ton of feathers, they both drop at the same
Yeah.
time.
Because they've got the same density.
Yeah.
Not gravity, density. If you put a bowling ball in water and a tennis ball will float, the bowling ball will go down because it's
It's got
denser.
air- it's got
than the
air
water.
in it.
No, it's denser.
Yeah, but the tennis ball's got air. Does it not have air
Aye,
in
it's
it?
lighter than the stuff around
Yeah.
it.
So obviously,
It's not gravity.
this has got to do with
Gravity
physics or
should
whatever.
affect everything.
No, it does.
It doesn't do.
There's obviously certain stuff that has a bit of resistance.
So how can gravity?
Because it is pulling against it, but it's just obviously got a motion to keep it where it needs to.
So gravity doesn't affect everything.
Let's put it this way: there's no.
If you jump off a thing, it doesn't matter how many times you flap your wings, you're gonna fucking go down.
Well, no, because we haven't got wings.
Then there were air
we're heavier than gravity, so that's why.
It's not got its density.
But
we're gonna
most things in the world are affected by gravity. That's why these pictures are hung up by nails. Because a picture frame would fall.
But the law of gravity says that everything.
Well, what's the law of gravity? Google the law of gravity.
But gravity's not real.
Why do you think
the law of gravity is everything is pulled.
So we should be constantly going down then.
No, because gravity doesn't exist.
But then, no, but you have gravitational pulls and that.
That's what they say, but it only affects some things.
Yeah, I need a science degree. It's
common sense, man.
But it's not common sense, though, is it?
So if gravity was real, it'd affect everything in the same way.
We're not really like arguing hatred. This is just a fucking.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If gravity was real, it'd affect everything. So what's it wouldn't just affect some things.
Right. So basically,
I wish I never fucking met this man.
You de-approving fucking what's his face? Newton's gravity with the apple falling on his head then?
Was Newton a person or a theory?
Person.
So what's your crack on Einstein then?
Person.
Have you seen Einstein giving some of his speeches?
Well, he talked to Oppenheimer about the bomb.
Have you seen? I was going to ask that.
Yeah, but that's a real person.
I says, have you seen Einstein doing any speeches?
I don't think.
And he's reading off a script.
Might be just reading off his notes.
He was a mason.
Ah, here we go. Fucking stonemason.
Once you do a little
alchemy.
bit of research,
why do you think he's a mason?
Because they're trying to push certain agendas. How do you know Columbus fucking
discovered the new world?
Yeah, exactly.
Because the history books tell us.
What about the natives? They were there before it.
The Native Americans?
Aye.
Well, yeah, they were there. What about them? We
Before
know they were
Columbus.
there. That's why we have Thanksgiving.
So Columbus didn't thingy it.
No,
That's
they
why
were
you
already
don't
there. He discovered it for the rest of the people.
But if you look about the Columbus and that, you go back into this Mason thing where it's like a family, like families that rule the world and that.
No, I get.
That's why you get Columbia pictures.
Yeah,
right?
but
the District of Columbia.
Yeah, but there's also
Columbus also helped identify the planet, not nations.
No, he didn't. He was.
He was the one that he discovered the Americas.
The rapist that discovered the Americas.
I don't argue that he probably was a rapist. When they got there, but that's a different.
All these people that were meant to be like things and that. If you have a look at them, they're all in the same.
Well, no, it's like if you go about here, like Winston Churchill's a hero, but he was still a bit dodgy because we know he was a little bit iffy or not. Yeah, alcoholic and a bit funny.
Trying to push all the
but
stuff.
He was still somewhat of a hero because he rallied against the Germans and all this kind of stuff. Sorry, even though you're man, yeah, fucking shit. Have you found Gravity?
I might not want to get into that because that's a whole new podcast.
It is, mate. we could. We need. I was telling about that studio. We need to go look about that studio.
Yeah. You need to do a little bit of research, and then you'll see where I'm coming from.
But I'm not right now. So imagine I come up to you.
If you took that out of it, you would have.
No, right. No, but this. I'm trying to put it into terms to dumbify it for me because I'm an idiot. Imagine me coming up to you and being like, "You need to look more into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They're super real." And you'd be like, "Dan, come on."
But I'd do it.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
It's because. Like I said, I will agree to you on some level that the human relationship where it's misinformation on Facebook, the government lied about this, Joe Rogan's podcast lied about that, that's real.
Yeah.
What's that?
Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I was having a look at some stuff the other day, and before he met that fucking the snake, the Tyson the snake.
Tyson the snake?
The snake.
Oh, Neil deGrasse.
Aye, before he was on,
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Have you not seen his mate?
Eddie Bravo. No, don't start with Eddie.
No, but listen, he was on with him, and Eddie Bravo was saying before you met Abby Java, he was all you were all up for flat Earth, you were moon landings and that, and then since he's met that DeGrasse Tyson, fucking, he's got his own podcast thing, all this fucking, and he's pure against it all now. He's talking like he's fought like that all the time. But if you have a look way back, you'll see that he was.
Right, okay. Right, this is the law of universal gravitation. Every object in the universe why are you giving me to read? Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force directed along the line of centers for the two objects that are proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional.
You use long
proportional
words to put it off.
to the. That's what it is, Chris. To the square of the separation between the two objects, and it's giving you the equation as
Like,
to
danify it for us.
Danify
it for us. What does it mean?
You think I can understand that equation?
Exactly. Now Google density, and it'll tell you that.
Well, that's our Jamie for the episode of.
No, I'm saying when you Google density, it's got the same laws that if the air around it is lighter or heavier, it'll attract or detract. As in, if you heavier than the air around it, you'll get forced down, and if you're lighter than the air around it, you get forced up. As in helium and that.
Yeah, but I'll go back to birds. Birds' wings will be lighter, but they don't fly by themselves. Okay, what's this? Right, what's this? Overview. Density is a substance, mass per unit of volume. The symbol most often used for density is P, although the Latin letter D can also be used mathematically. Density is defined as mass divided by volume, where P is the density, M is the mass, and V is the volume. So it's got a little chart in there, and that's whatever the formula is.
I don't understand that. I do know that density.
Yeah, but that there is science fact.
Mm.
So there is such a thing as science fact. You've just agreed there.
No, fair. I'm not saying it's not in my world. There's no science. It's all just a load of people have agreed on a certain thing, and that's what they get.
Should we?
Because if it would be right about everything, how do you know what's real? And what's not?
Let's move on. Should we get away from science now? Because how long have we had? We've had 50 minutes of science.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put the car on again. How long do you get out here?
How long do you get out here, Chris?
I fucking live here. So
You live here?
No, he's here all the time.
I'm here all the time. I park there all the time, so don't worry about it.
He's here.
It's the weekend, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's move away from
Should we
that.
just go with ask us a question?
Let's move away from that. Let's
Well, you mean ask any? Or if you
No,
got,
you.
No, because you speak every day. This is for
Right,
Chris.
so you say you don't believe in dinosaurs. Why?
Chris is a big dinosaur guy, by the way.
Why?
There's no evidence of dinosaurs. If you go to a museum and you look at dinosaur bones and that, every museum, every dinosaur
But
bone.
not every bone can be.
But there's
proper
not one.
intact.
There's not one proper bone in a museum.
Yes,
There isn't.
There-
Have a look
there
at
is.
it.
There is. That's
There
how they
is.
know. Oh, this dinosaur had tufts of fur, or this dinosaur ate meat, or this dinosaur. That's how
But
they
the
know.
stuff that you see in a museum is not dinosaur.
No, obviously, most like 90% of most of the
None of it is. None of it.
the
You haven't even
structure.
got one hair of a dinosaur in the.
90% of the structure of the bones will be like put together.
Well, yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. If God forbid, Chris dies tomorrow, and they dig him up 10,000 years later, they might not get every bit of his bone, but they might get a good 75%.
They might
of
get a
it.
little bit of bone.
Yeah.
Aye, but they haven't got a little bit of bone.
But that
In a
little bit of
museum,
bone
any
contains so much DNA, they can establish what it ate, where it lived, blah, 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 blah.
So why don't they put it in a museum then?
He is in a museum.
There isn't.
I've been to the London
There's
History
no
Museum
dinosaur
loads.
bones in any of the museums.
Yes, there is.
Have a look at it then. I'm not gonna
I've
argue it.
seen them.
I know you've seen them. That's what they tell you. But if you do a little bit of research, they haven't got one dinosaur bone because our history was lighter, and we used to be giants and dragons and that. But they don't want you to know that.
I believe though, because every culture, no matter China or whatever, has a depiction of a dragon.
And that's what they say dinosaurs are.
I've got no issue with that. But fossil fuels,
Fossil fuels is hoax as well.
evolution,
It's
alligator
produced
pigeons are
naturally.
dinosaurs.
It's produced naturally, oils and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Chickens.
Chickens are
And that's what
dinosaurs.
that's what they say. Chickens are like all this fucking.
Right, so I'll go back to my original question. Why lie that big lizards were walking about?
Why?
Because again, if
why
Chris,
not?
it would break his heart. But
They've
if I
lied
said,
about everything
if
else,
they
why
said
not?
Chris, T-Rexes weren't real, he'd go, gutted, but carry on. Why lie about a dinosaur?
Because they've lied about everything else.
Why do you
not?
think? Well, why do you think they're lying about it, and what do you think they're hiding if not
The giants
dinosaur?
and the dragons.
But we know that it was giants and dragons back then.
So
why not
but
dinosaurs?
you don't have conversations about them because it's all about dinosaurs.
Yeah, but we talk about dragons in most media we
Yeah,
consume
but
has a dragon in it.
But they say that dragons aren't real, don't they?
Has anybody actually said? I'm sure I've seen a lot of stuff where people are like, dragons could have been real. at one point."
Dragons have been around.
Yeah,
we just
but-
don't know when.
Aye, but they haven't got any evidence of dragons, have they?
No, because
They have.
But obviously,
Well, they have. We've got
The dinosaurs, the things, the dragons are not dinosaurs.
So it would still be a dinosaur. Isn't the dinosaur just a term for this type of animal they were, or like a category,
It's
like
a
a
made-up
mammal?
term for a dragon and a giant.
So you don't believe in a velociraptor or a
Even
longback
mountains and
or
that.
a-
Mountains used to be trees, but they've
Wait,
something's
Rock
happened.
Mountain used to be wood.
Aye. But if you look at it, something's happened to it to like turn it into rock. If you know what I mean, like like petrified wood and all that.
Yeah.
Something happened that we don't know about that's fucking changed the.
But that just
like the mud
why do you
floods
think?
and that.
Why do you think fucking hell? Why do you think mountains are trees?
It's just stuff that I've been looking at when they show you a mountain, it looks like a massive tree stump. And
it looks like.
If you had giants at that back then, they'd have massive trees, wouldn't they?
But mountains are due to the tectonic plates friction together, which pushes planets, land together, which forms
That's what I used to think.
mountains.
That's what I used to think because we were taught about that in school.
I don't understand how, though, fundamentally.
I'm just trying to open your eyes to a little bit, and then you can go and research it yourself. I don't know everything. I just know
Researching
little
that
things.
seems nonsensical because you're saying wood's turned into rock.
That's a good word.
Where it comes from me.
I'm not saying wood turns into rocks. I said something happened to change it into that.
But again, that's just a pointless thing.
About the mud
Well,
floods.
what about one second for a second. What about the trees we have now? Why aren't they mountains?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know all the answers. I just
What were you going to say? Do you know about what?
mud floods and that.
No, well, is that like where they're like landslides?
No, whether
No?
they
Oh,
had
no, I don't know then.
like the flood, the 40-year conveying, and it flooded the
The
earth.
Jesus Bible
Aye.
story. Yeah. Well, no, I don't believe in that, but it's said in the Bible, isn't it? Yeah.
The libel.
I don't believe, mate. I can't. I'm going to sit here. I'm not going to sit
now?
Yeah, he's going to check his car. We'll refill a brew. You want another brew?
Yeah.
Intermission. Great time.
We moved up to dinosaurs.
We're back anyway, right? So we're convened. I don't mind if you want to make this, come down regularly and with a new topic.
But
or
only if you
whatnot.
start looking into stuff.
Well, like I said, definitely before he's got nobody's forget. Give Chris your info. Give him your deeds, and then you could send him a shit. And he can
Your
come down
digits.
because he gets more into like science stuff than I do. I'm in make believe with Spider-Man and shit.
I just watch a film and that's it.
No, I can do. But it's not about me.
I'll stick Pokemon in it.
Oh, hey. So the dinosaur crack. You don't believe in dinosaurs. This little willy's coming out, mate. It's disgusting. So where are we off to? Sorry, where do you take it where you want to go?
Right, so we've done dinosaurs, which is kind of brief, weirdly.
Well, he believes they're fake. Me and you.
But you get the thing where you push the globe flat, so north's in the middle.
I understand.
South's over
your
on that
diagram.
side.
I understand your diet.
Yeah, no, it's not a diagram. So north's in the middle. So when the when the ships and that are sailing, they say everybody circumference the Earth north to south, east to west, west to east, as in they're going round on themselves to east to west or west to east round on themselves. But no one's ever been north to south because you can't get by the south.
Maybe it's just easier doing it that way.
No, you can't get past the south.
See what scares me about these maps that you make up? There's a show I love called One Piece, and that's just the map from One Piece, and I'm like thinking, what you've described there in One Piece, it's all this water, it's just like that. They need to get to the Grand Line and shit.
The UN
But they can't.
logo and the most of the World Health logos and that, they've got the flat map on the fucking thing.
Yeah, but they're not
put it right in
going
front
to
of
have
your
a
face
3D bubble, are they? They're not going to go with a balloon in a 3D bubble.
because they don't want to lie to you.
No, it's because it's like if I draw a picture of the world, it will be flat because I just drew it. Doesn't mean the word's flat, it just means I drew it.
So why don't explorers and that take a globe with them? Why do they always use a flat map?
Because it's easier to store
They
away.
wouldn't
If
work
they're
on the
exploring, they're not going to call along with luggage, they're just...
Another thing about flight paths and that, when an airplane takes off and it lands from one destination to another, you always have to have an emergency landing halfway between.
Yeah.
And if you look at the flight paths, so you look for the emergency landing, on a globe, they'll have to go across and then up here and then back down. On a flat world, just straight across.
But they don't go back there, they do that.
I know, but where they do this, if the emergency landing will always be off the beaten track. Because that's not, when you see the world from NASA's point of view and that, you see like America's bigger than fucking Africa. Well, it's not. And things aren't where they're meant to be. Russia and America share an enough border. They're just separated by a little bit.
yeah.
Exactly.
But that's on the map.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
People, when it used to freeze over, that's how they got the Yeti. They believe it's some sort of Neanderthal that crossed there and went.
No, I haven't noticed it, but I can't.
Right, sorry, where do you want to take it, Chris?
Yeah, right. Let's move on. Let's move on from. My head's battered already. Right.
It's just because you haven't used them muscles before.
You'll be getting superpowers as well, Chris, by the way.
Oh god.
I think that's going to be in the end of February.
Right. So, what's your theory on aliens?
Aliens?
Yes.
Well, extraterrestrial just means extra land.
Where's the L come from?
Huh?
Extraterrestrial means extra land.
That's what it
Explain
means.
why
So
that-
it'd be
When you look at the
Sorry.
thing, extraterrestrial, it just means extra land.
Why?
Terrestrial,
Why does it mean extra land?
because that's what the meaning of terrestrial is.
So why is there a T then?
What?
Shouldn't it be EL? If it's extra land, it should be EL, not ET.
Extraterrestrial. Terrestrial is another word for land, isn't it?
So why don't they just say EL?
I don't know, because CT sounds better than the minute film outfit.
Good film as well.
But extra land, as in past the ice wall, there's extra land.
Yeah.
So that's where these aliens come
Right,
from.
so-
But I don't think they're aliens. I think they're like different fucking, like entities, like dimensions and that.
Wait, so you think that instead of them being like biological organisms, they're dimensions? So there's a lot of dimensions walking around in the extra continents.
But I've never seen an alien, so I can't really fucking tell you.
Well, you're a Donald Trump fan, mate, so you've seen a lot.
I just think that they're from past the ice wall. If you look up
So they're not
Admiral
aliens.
E. Byrd, he went to Antarctica after the World Wars and fucking he'd seen more land that hadn't been discovered and all
I've
that.
written says E-bird, correct?
Chris!
Ah.
Chris!
But
No!
he was saying about the extra land and the extra civilizations out there and that. And then when he come back, they were going to do more missions, but it says that he couldn't do them. And then that's when they come up with the NASA, the Arctic Treaty to stop everyone going there. And then a year later, they done the NASA thing to put everyone off. But they used to think the world was flat, and then in the 1920s, they bought this globe thing, and then fucking said that, in the movies and that, they had the globe going round in the 20s, but how did they know it was a globe if they didn't go to space until like the 50s? So it was like programming you then.
Isn't it goes back to Greeks? Was there a Greek that worked out all of the stuff of... That's why a lot of the star constellations are Greek. Didn't the Greeks
Something
work
like
this
that.
out all them years ago?
Well, it was flat.
No, that the Earth is the way that it is. Like, didn't the Greeks modernise modern day mathematics and shit? So they work. That's why all the constellations are like Achilles' heel and all this kind of shit. Orion's belt. So isn't it? Oh, Aristotle, 384 to 322 BC, big cock, was among the first to recognise the fact that of our planet being a round sphere. Before Christ, this dude fucking figured it out. He observed lunar
Round.
eclipses and noticed that that only a round sphere could imply a circular shadow. The astronomical observation was confirmed by general observations made at sea.
Yes, but you circle a shadow.
Well done, Jamie. That was
So
good.
if there's a circle at the North Pole and it's projected up into the thing, that's your circle shadow, isn't it?
Yeah, but you'll see the bat signal. You see the bit that makes it. You'll see the projection.
No, you see the thing, the projection on the, as in the sun and the moon, but when it's going round, it's doing the shadow.
Yeah, but you're saying a projection. You would see the bit projecting it. You wouldn't just see the end. When you light a torch, you do see bits and then the end product. You don't just see light and then that. So if it is a projection, you would see the light.
But our eyes don't
again,
see
like
everything,
the
does it?
bat signal.
That thing where you're saying a torch, if you turn it over, you've got the heat spot on the table, haven't you?
Yeah.
And if you move round, it takes it's like with it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So when the Earth's moving round, the flat Earth, it's taking its light with it. It's not going down, going up. It's going away from us.
And I'll go back to why aren't we seeing the light projection? We're just seeing the end of
Because
it.
we don't see everything. We only our eyes don't
Right.
see.
We're not going to agree
I
on flat Earth. Right. What's your next one, Chris?
Well, like I said, I want to get back onto the aliens.
We are going
Oh, yeah, he asked aliens. He asked aliens on it. He
He
does this. You bring it up. He goes somewhere else. You have to start debating that other bit. This is why I always go to him go like this. Why I smoke so many fags.
I think if aliens are real, we'd see evidence.
Because I think even me and you disagree on aliens. I think aliens are real. I just don't think they've ever been here. Sorry, aliens.
Alien.
See, spell words, mate. What's the end then? A-lie-N. What's the end
A
then?
lion.
Because
Right.
what's your view on aliens?
Obviously, we're not the only
Obviously.
civilization in the galaxy. There's other things out there.
Out there.
Outer space, Chris.
Up there.
Or down there.
Well, if
What's under us?
Space.
Mm.
We're in a galaxy. Anyhow, aliens. Stick to one topic, please, because my head can't process it all. Right, so.
The fuck?
Obviously, we're not the only living things, or whatever you want to call it, in the galaxy. Have there been to this planet? Nobody seems to know. What is your theory?
Where do I start?
Well, you definitely don't believe they come from space. That's
They don't come from above us, anyhow.
Yeah, you
I think they come from outside.
the other continents.
I don't know if they were here before us or.
They're bound to be here before us. That's my theory, because they've been well advanced. As I know, the human civilization is thick on a scale compared to what's out there.
Especially
what they say with how the human was, when to get a species, you have to have a mummy and a daddy, don't you?
Yeah, but
Don't you?
Yeah.
yes.
So like
Nowadays, yes.
so say like an animal, it's got like one animal and another animal come together and it makes an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What come together to make a human? They reckon our DNA has been tampered with from aliens, and that's how we were.
So this is my cousins also said this as well.
And that's what, I know, because like I said, me and you disagree.
Because we don't use all our DNA, do we? Like our brains
this
DNA.
is the superpower crack, mate.
No, we use usually.
And I reckon when-
Well, that's been disproved, though.
It's been disproved or lied.
We're side tangent again, though. We'll just bring it
Yeah,
back.
I
Bring it
brought that
back
up,
in.
didn't I?
But they reckon when this thing's going to happen, this solar flash, and that's going to activate our DNA so we can
got our superpowers.
remembering
Let's put a pin in that one.
Yeah.
Let's go back to aliens first, because we're side tangent. So what's your thoughts?
I think there is something else, but I think it's either underneath us or outside of the ice wall.
On the other continents, he means. He thinks on the other continents there's these other dimensional creatures. Whatever you
I don't know
got.
whether they're dimensional or
That's
fucking
aliens.
So is
or
that what
fucking-
you think's on the ice
different
wall?
species?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
That's what you think's on the ice wall, is
Yeah.
aliens.
Aye,
Why do you think they're there and not up there?
because you can't go up.
Because he doesn't believe in
Well,
space,
it's
does he? So he doesn't
enclosed.
believe that the aliens would come from space.
Every religion says there's a firmament over us, and it's an impenetrable barrier.
Can I-
You know when rockets go up
Yes.
and the it like expands out. Have you seen it when it hits the firmament? And it looks like a speedboat going across water.
Yeah.
That's why you can't go up. What? Well, you can.
I do not like when you say every religion, because religion is a belief system. You can't. It's like me. It's reading the Bible is no different from me reading a Batman comic.
If you believe
when you quote every religion a belief system for your evidence, I never like when you say that.
Religions are just cults.
I don't do
You
religion.
just believe.
I don't.
Yeah,
do
no, but
religion.
if you're getting your information from a belief system,
No, but religion's been fucking.
it's been around forever. I get
No,
it.
it's been lied because all churches and that they're not churches for religion. They're churches for the healing centres.
The cults.
The healing centres, they used to get a bell and ring the bell, and it goes out. You know the windows and the shapes of the windows and the stuff that goes out. It's meant to like heal the city or village, or that's why you have cathedrals to heal. Like,
That we kind of have that because that frequency.
but then
you know that frequency. Sometimes you listen. That's kind of that sort of.
But they've cut all that out. That's why they put religion into
No, but anyway,
it.
sorry. My
to
point
hide the
was
fact that
when you say about religious stuff have always had a firmament, and you're
No,
like,
but
well,
that's-
that's fiction.
no, but there's always a little bit of truth in it. Same
What
with
the
movies,
truth?
they always put a little bit of truth in it.
When you get send somebody down in prison, you don't want a little bit of truth. You want
No,
the
but
whole
every
truth.
religion says that there's something bigger than us. There is something bigger than us.
Wow.
It doesn't matter whether you call it God or fucking higher self or whatever. Everybody knows there's something bigger than us, isn't there?
What?
Do you not? So you think that there's no else?
I believe it was. Sorry, the boring term. Nothing. Big Bang evolution happened. Here we go.
Yeah.
So you don't think that there's something that created it all?
But we formed from tadpoles. That's it. And then we evolved over time.
So you don't think there's something bigger than us?
99.99%
Me
go.
personally, no.
No.
I think we just evolved over generations and over millions of years.
So how
We
do
just evolved.
things happen for a reason then?
What do you mean?
Well, everything happens for a reason, doesn't it? Isn't it? something just doesn't happen by coincidence.
That's because you don't believe in coincidences.
But that's the same thing as saying, why is the Earth the only planet sustainable to hold life and air and water?
Look at this.
Compared to all the rest of the planets are all inhabitable or the too hot.
But how do you know you haven't seen the other planets yet? You haven't been out of
himself
past the ice wall. You haven't seen other.
No, Chris. Space.
Forget that there's other planets up there because it's now up there.
The firmament.
The firmament, and light, matter, and that. But
so, what do you think the sun is on?
the projection
Of
You'd see.
what you call it? They've realised that the sun is no more than 700 to 2,000 miles away from Earth at any one point. So if that's
is it
real,
not like 3 million miles. 3 million
that's 93 million miles to say
Something
that.
like that, eh?
But they only say that so you don't think about, you don't question it. Cheers.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. You asked about coincidences.
Yeah.
Isn't like the distance from like the Earth to the Sun like the same amount of Earths between that and the Moon? It's like the same
That's
distance.
what they say. But if you have a look at all these fucking mathematic fucking things now, they all calculate to 666 and 666 in the
See,
bad number.
go back on your religion. The original number of the beast was 999.
No, but
It was.
The 666 is a good number, but they say it inverted to look bad, so no one uses it. And
But the people do use it.
I know, but they inverted to make it look.
Oh, so they were
bad.
using a fake
It's
number,
like
not a real number.
that swastika.
Yeah, it's a Hindu symbol and stuff.
Aye, and
Yeah.
it's meant to be for free energy and all that, but they say that it's evil, so no one fucking works it out.
Yeah, because it's been used as evil.
No.
We can't. No, we can't. Whoa, you can't say it hasn't.
I'm not getting into it.
Yeah, because Hitler was 110% evil. That symbol does appear in Hindu and stuff,
Right.
and shit like that. But that symbol has been used for evil.
I'll leave it at that.
No, Ali, you can't not disagree.
Leave it at
It
that.
has been used for
We're talking
evil.
about flat Earth.
No, Ali, quickly, just before.
This is out of my subject.
That has been used for evil, though, hasn't it? Was Hitler evil? Yes or no?
Question for you.
Oh my God, no, Ali, please don't just scare.
I'm more avoiding. Why are you avoiding the subject?
Yeah.
I'm not avoiding that. We're talking about flat Earth, man.
No. We're actually trying to talk about aliens.
Well, I'm trying to.
No, we can't move on until you admit Hitler was evil.
Can we?
Why can't you admit that?
Can we just save this for another podcast?
No, I don't want you leaving my house thinking, hang on a sec, did a neo-Nazi just leave?
Eh?
You know Hitler was evil, don't you? You've left.
I've never said he wasn't.
No, but it's taken you for a while, so you agree Hitler was evil.
Thought we were talking about flat Earth.
Just please answer yes or no. This is the reason why my bird's scared of you. She's terrified of
I've
it.
never said he wasn't evil.
No, but it's just when you said we know that symbol has been used for bad.
Has it?
Right.
No, it has though.
No, they've said it was bad because it was free energy, so no one looks at it.
No, but I had that particular symbol when
I
people
haven't
saw
looked
it.
into all this, man.
No, you know
I don't
World War
comment on
Two.
stuff that I don't know.
You know World War Two.
I don't comment. I wasn't around then.
Neither was I, but we know that when people saw the Nazis and that symbol, evil.
It's not my forte.
The SS Battalion, Fury, best job I ever had. We know that them under
Fury?
the film.
Tyson.
No, you know that.
I don't comment because I don't know.
This is genuinely scaring me. I'm sorry.
Eh? Why?
Because you know that when the Nazis used that symbol, it was bad.
Mm-hmm. When the Nazis did, aye.
That's all I was asking.
Oh.
What?
I thought you were trying to fucking trap us into something.
No, that's all I was. That's what I was. It was literally yes or no. That symbol when the
I never know
Nazis
you.
used it, because like I said, it is a Hindu symbol, and the Hindus weren't bad. But when
Well, I don't know
used
the thing and that. I haven't looked into it.
you scared the shit out of me there.
I haven't looked into it. I'm just saying about the swatch thing.
My heart's pounding, eh? My heart's feels pounding.
Move on. Remember.
You can use the sink, Ali.
Oh, cheers.
move
Now,
on.
if I've gone to the bog, fuck off.
Right. Fuck me.
Oh, where are we off to next, Chris? Sorry.
Right.
Aliens, wasn't
If you've not got one, do you want to bring up this birth certificate stuff? The
there?
first conversation.
Just stay on the flat.
Oh, you want to stay away from it? Do you want to
We'll do
briefly
it
do
next
it for
time.
him?
It's too much gone into.
Right, well, do you want to talk about the tunnels? Chernobyl's a thing that he loves.
Alright, can do.
Right, do you want to go there?
We can talk Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, the tunnels, the Ukraine war, that package.
Right, okay.
Right,
So
go on
what's the
then.
theory on that?
So ages ago, it's Khazarian mafia, the ones that rule the earth, the pedos and that.
Always
They were fighting against Russia, so Russia's fucking got on top of them now and says, right, fuck off our country, pick a religion. So they've picked Jewish. They're not Jews,
Yeah.
but that's why everybody's anti-Semitic and all this. So they say there's Jews and then there's the Khazarian Mafia Jews. There's like two different things, like Mossad and that, you know, Mossad and aye. So they're the Khazarian Mafia that try to rule the world and that.
Yeah.
So they says, fuck off, get out of Russia and that, pick a religion. So they picked Jewish and said, which country do you want to go into? So they went into Ukraine, and all the earth underneath has got like catacombs, tunnels everywhere.
Right.
They use it for human trafficking, drugs, smuggling and all that. They've got levitating trains of monorails and that. That's free energy. And the Ukraine's like a hub, their hub. So this is what Russia's doing now, trying to break them down. And underneath Ukraine, they've got all these tunnels that link up Chernobyl and all that, and fucking.
Because the dome's not to in your world. It's not to stop the nuclear radiation. It's for that's tunnel stuff, isn't it? Or some shit. The dome that they've got in Ukraine, they put concrete over so the radiation would come out.
Yeah, so the elephant doesn't radiate.
But in your world, it was just really to hide that stuff.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, when they took over fucking, I can't remember the fucking city was called.
Because there's no such thing as nuclear power.
No, there's stuff as nuclear.
There's not a nuclear bomb.
There's no nuclear bombs. They just do that. Okay, then. So if there's nuclear bombs, have you seen one gone off?
Not me, but Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
The whole reason why Godzilla's story was created because the Japanese people.
But they weren't nuclear bombs. If you look at the flight plans and that, the carpet bombed them, and because they were timber and wood and all that, it just disintegrated.
I know it's a film, but we watched Oppenheimer and we saw the maths, the science, everything that went into it.
It's just a film.
Yes, I know, but it's a real film.
Yes, but not about real bombs. Because when you see a nuke gone off,
It is. It's about the big boy, which is the real bomb.
but when you see
Fat Boy and Little...
when you see the nukes gone off
There
and
was two
all
in
that,
there, Fat Boy and Little Kid or Little Boy or some shit.
when we were down in UK on the base and that, they says they had nukes on the other side of the base and people like protesting that tried to get in and that all the time and fucking had them guarded.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was for nukes. We were right on cliffs and that. I think it was for the tunnels. That's
So
why
you think you've actually seen these tunnels?
Well, I haven't seen them, but
You've heard
I
about them.
know that there is tunnels because everybody.
But what about the nuclear fallout from Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
You wouldn't be able to go there now.
No, but people have genuinely been affected. There was people that come out with it who with cancers and all this kind of stuff.
Aye, because probably the stuff that they're putting in, the stuff that we're dropping. But the nuclear bombs, when you see them going off on TV and that, everything gets wiped out except for the camera.
I know some of it's there.
Why does the cameras not get wiped out? If you just look into
No,
stuff...
the camera does, but the footage is retained. Like if you destroy Chris's phone, there's still
If
ways
you
to
look
get
into
images up
stuff,
there
you'll
through
see
like
it.
cloud and
You'll
whatever
see
and
it.
shit.
Right, so what's your crack on Ukraine and Prip Prap?
It's the hub...
Not that tap, it sets the boiler off.
It's the hub for the pedos, really. Why
Would it be the hub for pedos and not actually be a nuclear disaster where it
Oh,
holds the
Chernobyl,
elephant,
you mean?
where it holds the elephant?
What does he say? He said Chernobyl, didn't you?
I thought you wanted about Ukraine in general.
Well, yeah, it's the whole thing, but...
I don't know too much about Chernobyl, but when Russia took over Chernobyl and that, they found something underneath that was, if it was a nuclear disaster and that, you wouldn't be able to...
So in your eyes, the Russians are the good guys?
Well, every government's got a good and a bad about it.
I know, yeah, I know that.
Aye.
Yeah.
But all the ones that they're portraying on the news and that saying that they're fucking evil and all that, I don't think they are.
Putin's not evil.
Well, he kicked all the American banks and that out the Rothschild banks and that out the country.
Right.
And all the fucking fast food things then that left. So
why
now they're the richest and healthiest fucking civilization on earth.
The Russia isn't.
Fucking
Not.
is.
Russia isn't, mate. Not a chance.
But their economy's booming, isn't it?
It's not. It's declining.
Well, yeah, that.
Because people are doing business and stuff with them and all that.
They're not getting it.
Oh, sorry, we heard it on the news.
Yeah.
There we go, yeah. I'm learning.
They banned all Russian media right way around the world, so you can't see what's going on.
The Russians are spreading propaganda.
But you can't see what's going on. How do you know? You only get one
Because
side of the
there's
story.
still Russians speaking out, and the fact that I
He's
haven't...
even come out saying that the pedos are getting fucking wiped too.
I'll bring it back to you, right? I've got a mate I went to school with and I still speak to. His family were affected by this. So is that not bad?
Oh, no, because they are getting affected by it. But in Ukraine, that's where all the Nazis ended up. And they teach you from a young age to fucking do with all the salutes and all that and fucking...
His mate Elon?
But every energy company in the world has got their HQ in Ukraine. All the money is funneled through Ukraine. These billions they've been sending, it's not to fight the war, it's getting funneled back to all these corporations and all that.
See,
But
there
now that
are
they've stopped-
elements to that I can
But
understand.
now they've
because,
stopped all the funding and that, you'll see that it's all falling apart.
so it's good that Trump's in your opinion.
Yeah, but you've got to look what's going on. You know, with these plane crashes and all that. It's only happening in the Democrats' cities.
Right.
You know that, and they're trying to show you that they're trying to make it hard for Trump to do all this disclosure. But with the FBI getting took over and all that, all this fucking thing next week that's all going to come out.
Right, what's happening next week?
I don't know, but they're going to block the news up with something else
'Cause
to not let you know who's on the Epstein list.
But I thought Trump wanted to release that. You said.
Aye, but when they do release it, something will happen, so the news will cover something else and not the Epstein list.
I understand what you mean by distraction stuff. Something's happened over here, so you don't pay attention.
So
Right,
when you're looking at these plane crashes on TV, what is happening over the other side? You know what I mean?
I get, because obviously like we can go small to like the P Diddy crack and all that kind of
It's
shit.
just coming out about they're trying to put
Guys, one of them now.
Kennedy in charge of health and all that
Mm-hmm.
with the vaccines, and they've got the news clogged up with these plane crashes, so you don't know about all that stuff that's going on.
The vaccines are different. It's another talking point.
No, it's not just the vaccines, it's about all the corruption, all the fucking pharmaceuticals paying all these politicians to push certain agendas with the fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
And now that it's coming out in the public, they're blocking the news up with something else.
I know, like pharmacies as well. That's a bit of a weird one because there's been obviously them things about the cure to cancer and all that's been out there. But there's too much. There's too much money to be gained in cancer treatment and all that kind of shit. And they're against medicinal healing like cannabis and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Eastern medicine, it's natural, isn't it?
Yeah.
All plants and that.
See,
That's why they bar plants and that for medical things.
I get some of them points because you can see logic in there, you can understand, and we do live in a world now where it's just men wanting more money and greed. I completely get that. But then
who controls the money controls the people.
I completely agree to that. But it's when it always comes back to why is it always pedos? Why is Tom Hanks a pedo? Why is The Rock a blood
Because
drinker?
that's what they've got to do to fucking. That's how
But why is everybody in this power shit? Because like, if I got really rich and part of this power, I'd have no like urges to be like, I want to be a pedo. So why have they all got urges to shag kids?
I don't know. I don't know. But that's what they do.
Yeah, but like,
But no one
find
fucking
out
cares
these
about it. You know what I
concepts.
mean? Fucking all these kids got missing and no one fucking battles.
yeah, you're trying. Cause obviously, it's a real issue. That film that came out long ago that the cinemas tried to ban. Every time people went to a screening of it, they would turn the lights off. They said they haven't got it. I watched it online. They kept the cinema.
Jim Caviezel.
It was on, but they kept saying, "Oh, we're not playing
Sound
it
of
today."
Freedom.
Yeah. You should watch that.
That's a true story.
You're on subjects I haven't know idea.
But when they're in
we
Ukraine,
text now, Chris
when
texted.
they got these catacombs in Ukraine, Russia, they rescued thousands of kids underground.
But I don't understand why everybody's a pedo. I can't get my head around that.
But you'll figure out one day.
No, but I just, if you were saying like, yeah,
It's like an oath they've got to take.
so it's an oath that we have to shag kids.
No, it's not about the shagging of kids. It's about satanic fucking
Makes
rituals. You know, like fucking vampires,
Yeah.
blood drinkers. That's what vampires aren't real. They're on about people that drink blood.
If vampires-
it's like the number one drug for them. It's called adrenochrome.
Oh, that's why The Rock drinks baby blood.
Yeah, and adrenochrome, as in Google Chrome, and the server's called Adrena.
Right.
You put it right in front of you, just so you don't fucking question it.
Quick side note, just for a bit of fun. If vampires were real, garlic would actually be good for them because there's an actual blood thinner. How mad's that? So the whole time we were saying,
Well, fuck you.
yeah, vampires shouldn't have garlic. Oh, keep it away. It's a natural blood thinner. They would actually prefer it.
Okay.
So there's a conspiracy in the vampire law that vampires told humans that, oh, we don't like this, just so they would have it because it's better for them. And a quick side note for you, they've just released the Cullen House in Lego, Twilight House in Lego.
Vampires like coppers.
Huh?
Never invite them in.
There you go, mate. Hollywood crack.
Aye, Chernobyl.
Is my man Godzilla, is there any chance of him being real?
If he's a dragon, maybe.
Well,
Is it?
yeah, it's just a big
Oh.
lizard. But the nuclear
drink blood?
bomb away. He gets powered by nuclear. So,
he?
yeah. That's why Godzilla's a thing. It's a metaphor for the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's why Godzilla was created.
To stop them getting bombed.
No, it was a metaphor. Instead of you having it being planes coming and destroying it, they made it a nuclear monster. He is a metaphor for the nuclear bomb.
Because they knew that they would catch on with it, nukes being real and that, so
So they're distracted with Godzilla.
yeah.
Piece of shit you are.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to, Chris?
There's a lot of things, but we keep doing side tangents.
You can't help it when it goes 100 miles an hour. You need to catch up.
Hey, I was alright with flat Earth, me.
No, we can't just be flat Earth because.
Why not?
Because it's the same.
What is in Antarctica though?
Ice, snow.
Is there? Because when you go on Google Maps, that you see the snow, and then you see the ones that are just covered in white, and you can tell it's not snow, it's
So
just
what
been
do
covered
you
over.
think's there then? Let's go back to your
Ancient technology is like, you know, with the, I know Greenland. I have a big old spaceship, like a mile-long spaceship that crashed in there. That's why Trump wants to Greenland, because it's controlling the weather and all
That's
that.
very weird. That how he wants his other countries.
Aye, but he always wants it for a reason.
Yeah, Canada should be US. Britain should be US.
Well, Canada is US.
It's not. It's Canada.
No, but it is US if you go back.
Right. Well, so Scotland.
But they pay for all their security anyhow because they're watching the waters around
You
it.
can't just get the power.
side tangent again.
No, it's fucking annoying.
Antarctica. So there's pyramids there,
Yes.
and then there's
I know there's
entrances
pyramids.
into other worlds, as in underneath and.
Do you not
continents.
think they keep it protective because there's a what I've looked into and what I've read, there's a bunker over there that holds every seed on this planet, every DNA species on this planet, just in case there's an apocalyptic event, it'll help start the planet off again. That's why I think that we're not allowed over there.
Ah, well, they say Antarctica it's for scientific fucking research and all that.
Yeah.
But they've got like heart machines that control the weather and all that.
It's just to help with the weather. It's just to monitor the weather.
We
It
don't
makes
need any help
sense.
for the weather.
Didn't you say the laser weapons are from there as well?
The laser weapons.
Not Project Blue. There was a laser weapon.
His harp.
Yeah, which to be fair, in his defence, I did see a video of that green beam. And you said there's these massive like
You know,
laser
when
weapons. You kind of like the Death Star hits in the middle and then boom.
You know when they said about the Northern Lights, happened was it last year?
Yeah.
And then fucking, that's not Northern Lights. The Northern Lights are like moving and fucking that. These were just like,
They were moving though, weren't they?
it wasn't moving, it was just like changing colour and that. But you know when you see the Northern Lights, it's like snakes and
Yeah.
comes down and all. But these were just like colours in the sky. They reckon that was that harp when they were testing it and that. It's like a higher order thing that they shoot the lasers into the atmosphere and it gets all the ions or something. I don't know.
I want to introduce you to my cousin because she's as bad as you with all this shit.
It's good.
Do you have another place you want to go or not? Can I take it somewhere quite fun?
Okay.
There we go.
Just conspiracies and stuff still, but stuff that I love to talk about.
Pokemon.
I wish. Loch Ness Monster, all that shit. Any legitimacy into this sort of stuff?
See, Loch Ness
Like
Monster.
the fun stuff. Cryptoids.
Aye, if Loch
Mothman. all that
Ness
shit.
Monster was real, there'd be evidence under. But I know that there is creatures under the water and that. The
In the loch or water in general?
water in general,
Right.
like the oceans and that.
So there's actual, you think it's creatures?
But most of these creatures, where did they come from?
What
The
do you
biolabs.
think octopuses? What do you think they are?
Oh shit, yeah.
I've seen an octopus. We were scuba diving in Cyprus and that, and it was like right in front of us. And then the chav that was taking the thing got like a little stick and like prodded it, and it just fucking went white and it just fucking shot off and that. I don't know. What do you think? Octopuses like?
Aren't they space?
Well, there's a lot of theories that they're not from this planet and stuff
They're
like
from
that.
out of the ice wall bit.
Well, from up there.
No, Chris, that way.
But these biolabs that were underground in Ukraine and all over the world, and that the hybrid creatures, so the cross genetics, and then some of these creatures escape and end up on the beaches.
That is,
and
is it in New York City? There's a place in New York, isn't there? There's an island where
Jekyll Island.
animals keep washing up, and they're like, what's this? It's like a pig mixed with a lamb and all that shit. I've seen
I've
stuff
showed
like that.
you videos of
Oh, was it you that showed me?
There will be genetic shit out there.
So is that what you're saying that an octopus is? Something like that?
No, octopuses, I don't know what they're.
But you definitely believe that there's creatures under the ocean and
Oh,
shit like that.
definitely, but where they've come from, I don't know, either the biolabs or
What about other cryptoids, like Mothman, like other stuff like
the
that?
hybrids. So
You believe they might be real animals,
they've been
potentially?
genetically
And they've been
modified
sent
in
out.
labs and then released or whatever.
Right, so what about the ones that we get in film telling, like a werewolf, like a vampire, like that sort of shit? Do you believe in any of that shit could be real?
Well, that'll just be fucking different species. Won't it?
So you believe it's real, but it's a human, but it's
You know
different
these species that says they're off of the ice wall and that?
Yeah.
They've
So
like
over
they've
there.
integrated with us.
So they could be werewolves and shit over there.
Aye, but they could be here, but they just cloak themselves. Have you heard about shapeshifters and that?
Well, I know what a shapeshifter is, but I haven't heard they've been going around Earth like. Or sorry, this path. This path in the ice wall.
Basically them.
Oh my god. Sorry, I just wanted to chuck that one out there because I don't actually know how you. Because I believe 110% in Nessie just because it's fun.
Oh, I just say it's fun, but
Yeah,
it just looks like someone's hand is up like
yeah.
that.
Every time I used to go there every year, it used to always give me like.
I was watching
Chris
some
knows
on
why.
it, and there was a Charver, and he went there like fucking 50 years ago or whatever, and he seen something in the water, and then that's it, he stayed there. And fucking 30
moved
years
there.
on, he hasn't seen anything else.
Right.
He's proper going.
I know that it probably isn't because there's tunnels that lead out to sea. It probably isn't, but the idea is
but
fun.
Loch Ness, it'll
Yeah.
be linked up because these submarines that can come from sea under the land and that, and pop up in lakes. And
So
that.
carry with the water
And
then.
Finger Lakes.
Something that we both love, like the Mariana Trench and shit. Have you ever seen like the film Meg and stuff?
No.
No, well, like there's
The
like
shark thing?
and there's
Megalodon.
shit you can go further. Do you reckon we can go further? Because obviously, if your Earth's different to ours,
So that's where most of the UFOs come
how
out from.
far I know there's a lot of video of that now and there. How far can you go down, and what could be down there?
But in the water,
Under like this
you can go to
potential
the
cloud.
You can go to the
It's a thermal cloud.
Yeah.
you go down in the water, and then when you get to the sea bottom, that's where the base is out underneath there.
Right, so there is a sea bottom in it thingy, and then there's bases under there, and they're making these
But these
creatures.
bases are like 10 kilometres down, like 8 miles.
So
Or something.
what? So
And when you see all the earthquakes going off over the world, that's them clearing out all these bases.
so how
'Cause
about
if you have a look, they're all 10 kilometres down. There is some, but when you get an earthquake, you get 2 waves, like a P wave, and I think it's an S wave or something.
Yeah, but it's caused the earthquakes and the waves and stuff like that. It's tectonic plates pushing together and rubbing, and that's what causes.
So do you believe?
I know what you're saying, but the earthquakes, and then there's these other earthquakes that has only got one wave, which is done by bombs or fucking stuff like that, and clearing out the
How do
bases.
you explain like the Earth's core and volcanoes and lava and shit in this diagram you've got?
I don't know.
Because obviously we know it as the Earth's core. Is that where the lava comes from?
But
The volcanoes
they say
and
about the Earth's
shit.
core with
Yeah.
I don't know about the Earth's core, but the poles, they're like a magnet. When the thing comes out of the top North Pole and goes round and into
Right.
the bottom pole, isn't it?
So, but is there a core in your diagram? Because how would you explain lava and volcanoes and shit?
Well, I don't know. I haven't really looked into that.
Well, you need to look
Something
at
to
that
look
one.
into.
Yeah, you need to look at that one, Ali. You need to look
I'll
at
put
that
it,
one.
noted.
Right, what we got? That's another sense of 2 hours near enough. Are we wrapping it up? 2 hours near enough?
You haven't even pressed record, eh?
Imagine that. Because obviously you're more than welcome to come back. I'll make sure it's a free house and all that kind of shit again.
No, I'll go and get some tea and I'll dive back.
Today, football Royal Rumble tonight, mate. Royal Rumble
You
tonight.
do know it's not real.
Well, quickly, any celebrities that you love quickly, because I used to love doing this with him.
Right, well, who's paedophiles? And
Right,
why
yeah, because
do
I
you
did.
think
John
paedophiles?
Cena.
The way that you can tell they're paedophiles,
why
right?
do you all think they're paedophiles?
I don't think they're all paedophiles.
Right.
I name paedophiles just because the
Winds me up.
elites, we'll say, but they're not elites anymore. The ones that you see in magazines with the hand over their mouth, it means they're not allowed to. They took an oath, not allowed to say it.
Like Beyonce and shit.
Yeah, or the eye. They do the one eye thing. They cover one eye.
What do you mean, hand over the mouth?
You know when they do
Yeah.
poses in photos and that, and they've got the hand over the mouth,
Oh.
or the like
Yeah,
that.
oh.
It means they're not allowed to talk about it. They've sworn to secrecy. This Mason thing,
It's not
or they've
just a
got the.
pose.
Huh?
It's not just a pose.
That's what they make you think. It's a pose.
Do you reckon that's you looking more? Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Right. So John Cena,
What?
Peter or not?
I haven't looked into it.
You told me it was.
Right, well,
Probably
let's
is.
go. Let's go
Probably
to Tom
is.
Hanks then.
He's
It's-
fair.
That, no, that's the old
Tom Hanks is long gone.
Pizzagate. Pizzagate.
Why do you think Tom Hanks is a paedophile?
Because just the things that messages that he was leaving on things and that, and
On what? Sorry.
messages
social
he was-
media?
on social media, like cryptic messages with a glove and fucking. When people have been calling him out, yeah, who's that fucking lad called? He reckon that he fell off a bridge and committed suicide, but he didn't.
Fell off a bridge.
Celebrity.
Celebrity.
He was in a couple of films ages ago.
Paul Walker, mate, but you've got to think about
He was
Paul
took
Walker.
into.
Yeah, that he loves Paul Walker.
He's still alive.
He's not.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
not. He got killed by Porsche.
All these people that got killed that you think are dead. Some of them
Tupac,
aren't,
Michael
because-
Jackson's.
No, but like Paul Walker
Yeah.
and Avicii and that Chris.
Hans? No,
What's he called?
can't remember.
Kensington.
Chris Kensington.
What's he called?
I don't know.
Was he in? He's some nun.
Oh, Chester.
Chester Bennett, aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
What? Who?
Well,
Chester Link-back.
all these were going to bring out paedophile documentaries.
They were the good guys.
Aye, and that's where they died shortly before they were meant to be fucking... But they didn't die, they were took into witness protection.
No,
Jill Dando.
he got killed by a tree in a Porsche.
Well, we'll see.
He did.
Who? It was a
Paul.
drone, actually.
Paul.
It was a drone.
John shot his car.
What?
You see the actual video of the car
I've seen the
blowing up?
video and it's
No, he
Paul Walker?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fast and Furious.
He got killed because
It was a drone that took the car out.
No, it was.
But I don't know if it was
Wait,
his.
so you've got you saying you can see a video and there's a drone hits his car
Well, you don't see the drone, but you see the car blow up.
because it's.
Yeah, he hit a tree. He was passenger. Someone was driving too fast. Lost
Oh, he was
control,
passenger, was he?
and hit a tree.
I didn't know he was passenger.
Yeah,
No, he's still alive.
he's dead.
He's
Yeah.
alive.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we'll make this quick the last subject.
Elvis, because everyone's fucking obsessed with Elvis. Is
He's
he
a
dead?
past-
Is
he's
he
a past-
alive?
He's a pastor now. He's called Bob. Bob, what's he called?
Bright white hair now, hasn't he?
Yes.
I've seen the image of that.
Yes,
He's a
that's,
pastor now.
that's what I keep getting.
Can I quickly weigh in on the Elvis crack, right? I will say, I'm not believing this Elvis is thinking Elvis isn't red, right?
It was
But
yeah.
we constantly
Yeah,
you constantly rewatch Big Bang, I constantly rewatch How I Met Your Mother. I said to you yesterday, there's an episode on How I Met Your Mother about the baggage. Everybody's got baggage and all this kind of shit. You know how stuff's supposed to be right in front of us but hidden in the background? Amount of times I watch How I Met Your Mother, I've never noticed this. So somebody in the background does walk past with a briefcase saying Elvis isn't dead, and I looked at it and thought, oh, that's been right in front of me. Must have watched that episode about 20 times. And I did bring it up to him going, then maybe there are signs. I'm not saying that I believe it, but when you say stuff like that, it does line up.
Well, the thing with Michael Jackson, he was a master of disguise, wasn't he? And you see how much he changed just before he died.
Plastic surgery, wasn't it?
Plastic surgery.
Was it? Or was it really him? But he says the best is yet to come. That's what Chubb keeps on saying.
So is Elvis alive?
Yeah.
What about Avril Lavigne?
Oh, is she
I
a
don't know.
clone?
Apparently she's supposed to be a clone.
Yeah.
I don't know about him.
Him? Queen Elizabeth died years ago. Joe Biden robot, because you can see the scar.
Oh,
and
you
the
have to
skin
take all the
change and shit.
buttons out because they're not evil.
you're-
So you're saying that to kill all these people off is so they protect the paedophiles?
Yeah, because Chester, for example, was going to release documents about who was pedos. I don't know why a lead singer of a rock band had this list of
You know,
information.
Trump's what he's
Like
doing
Trump,
now.
yeah.
It's not about Trump. It's about there's an alliance behind him. There's 80 generals, and when they killed John F. Kennedy,
Yeah.
they thought they've got to do something, or they're going to fucking control the whole world. So they've been doing this fucking secret operation behind fucking like what's it called?
I don't know, but
You know, like not in view. Covert.
covert, right? Yeah.
Covert
You're the
operation.
army guy.
The I'm fucking, my words are all thing. You're batting my head.
You bad, he's dead.
So they've been doing this covert thing where they've been taking all the evil ones,
Right.
And, taking the ones that the whistleblowers that are going
Okay.
So why was Chester one of these people, though, if he's just a lead singer of a band?
Because he knew what the crack was.
Yeah, but how can you go from just being like a very famous rock band to having the information on all these famous
Because
pedos?
he's in them circles.
So
you
am
know
I
what
gonna
P.
wait-
Diddy and that was?
So am I going to wake up next week or next month and find out that 50 Cent's dead? Because
I fucking hope not.
he's trying to release all this. He's trying to out P.
I
Diddy. and all
love
this
50
shit.
Cent.
No, but that's why they're all outing them now, because they know
Don't
it's
you
safe
tell
to,
me that's why you got shot 9 times.
Because it's safe to do it now, because half of them are being took out. They're just getting the fucking low levels now. But fucking the thing is, when they have this disclosure, because it's going to happen, they're going to tell you how it is. We've got to go back into fucking. No one's going to believe you unless they bring these people out and they can tell you. Because P. Diddy, he's in charge of the music industry. Epstein was in charge of the Hollywood side. Not Epstein, fucking Weinstein.
Weinstein.
And Epstein was in charge with the politicians and all that. And what they do, they honeycomb them. So, remember Playboy Mansion?
Yeah.
They used to get all the celebs to go there,
Yeah.
and they're getting pissed and that, and then they take them into a room and say, oh, you can have this guy, and there's one day his glasses and that, they video them, and then the next day they wake up and think, what the fuck happened? I've been drugged and that, and they show them the video and they say, now you've got to do what we say, or we're going to blackmail you, and they do it with everyone. But some people didn't do it, like 50 Cent and fucking people like that, or the ones that, what's that fucking chava called?
Tom Holland, he's a good boy.
Who?
He's a good lad, Tom Holland.
I don't know.
Spider-Man,
Oh, which one?
the new one, the new one.
I'm trying to think of that lad's name, and he was outing Tom Hanks and all that on the fucking internet, and then he fucking...
I can't buy Woody's a pedo.
Who?
I can't. Woody.
Tiger.
Toy Story.
Oh.
Yeah. So what's
Tom Hanks and Woody.
what's your crack
Tom Hanks.
about the JFK assassin then?
Well,
Because they're getting released. I don't know when.
Lee Harvey Oswald, did he act alone?
They're getting released. Do you think it was Oswald? Do you think it was the CIA killing him off to cover something up?
I don't know what to believe anymore, because if everything's a lie, was it JFK in the car? Or was it a clone? Because I've seen photos with him standing next to him.
What, JFK stood next to his own clone? How do you know the pictures aren't fake?
I don't know. That's why you don't know what to believe anymore, do you?
Yeah, Madame Tussauds and all that shit.
No, you don't know what
Hey,
to believe anymore.
get off.
But fucking... It's going to come out anyhow, so... But when it does come out, that's when it's all going to kick off, because they don't want it to be released, if you know what I mean. But they reckon when it does come out, everyone's going to go back into lockdown, so they can round up the rest of the pedos.
Please, as long as I'm paid, I'll have another lockdown.
But that's when you know it's nearly finished, because...
There won't be another lockdown.
We'll see. Because it says before, they said in
50
invasion,
quid.
Why do you
we've
think?
got to go into lockdown.
Before what? Sorry.
Have you ever heard the Illuminati?
I've heard of the Illuminati.
Confirmed.
They've got an Illuminati board game.
Fucking hot water again, Ellie!
It's got different
The
cards on it.
Illuminati board game.
Aye, look
Right.
it up, and it's got different cards on it, and everything that's happened for the last like 30 years. It was in the 90s anyhow when it things, but like with your COVID and your Trump getting shot and fucking, it's all different cards on this board game, and the last card's this alien card. It's called Project Bluebeam.
Are you on about Cards Against Humanity?
No, it's the Illuminati board game. It's called, and there's different cards for different events.
Is
that's
that
happened.
not just part of the Mayan calendar and events and all that stuff and that
Aye,
blind
but it's
priest woman or whatever you
But
call
this is
it?
before all these events happened. So you see them, and you see the pictures of them, and then you can match them up with what's happened from the last 30 years.
So you think what you're saying now? The next thing that's going to happen is going to get attacked by aliens.
the last thing that's going to happen before they try and get their new world order is alien deception.
I will
So
say...
that's when they do the alien thing, they're going to project stuff on it's called Project Bluebeam, where they project
That's
stuff
an
on
old thing as well, Joe Rogan's mentioned.
Aye, they project it on the sky to look like it's an alien invasion, but half of it's just projections. The other half's advanced technology that will be bombing wherever. But they won't pull it off because everybody knows about it.
So when's aliens supposed to be arriving?
And we don't know.
I
We
do
just
think
know when the
it's-
next lockdown.
It's so strange how all of a sudden aliens was always like, no, shut up, don't think about it. And then all of a sudden
'Cause
it's
they're
like,
trying
oh
to-
no,
they're trying
we'll
to-
talk about it now. I do think
trying
that's
to
strange.
get into your subconscious.
Yeah.
So you,
How now
you
suddenly
accept
it's like,
it.
we'll give all that information out there
See,
for
to
years.
me, I think the
Yeah,
reason
yeah.
why they're doing that is because
Where they've gone
everyone
wrong.
is going on about it, and everyone knows we're not the only civilization in this galaxy.
Did you ever hear about that? Werner von Braun or something? Werner von Braun. He was like what was he called? He did he not fucking invent fucking NASA or fucking the CIA?
Oh,
or
space
something?
agency? I don't know.
Well, he was on about the alien cards, the last card that they're trying to play for the New World Order, because as soon as they do the alien thing, that's all religions fucking forgotten about, because he doesn't mention in the Bible about aliens.
I don't do Bible shit.
No, neither do I, but Bible's fucking, it's all about your body and that. That's what it means. It's been misinterpreted in that.
The Bible's about your body.
We'll say about heaven and hell. Heaven's your head, hell's your heel.
I've no idea.
I don't know this to me.
It's all about
No idea.
chakras and spirit. I'm not getting into it.
Right, we'll end it there anyway, people. That's enough. 2 hours of just shit that's going to blow your mind. And then we'll figure out next time. Well, obviously, we work the same Saturdays and stuff. When Ali can come back on, because we need to cover the birth certificate
Yeah,
stuff. We need to.
send me some shit.
Yeah,
I'll look into
yeah.
it.
Well,
I'll send you
before
right
you end
now.
this, I'll end this and then you send them over your shit and that, and then bring up the fucking Forest game as well. What's the score on that? But there we go, visuals. Ali, I don't know what I'm going to title this video. I don't know what I'm going to thumbnail it. What?
Don't get scared. Get prepared.
Don't get scared. Get prepared, visuals. And then if you want to know more about Ali, we did do a solo podcast on Dance Talk Grab over on Spotify. But he'll be back.
My head's sore.
Chris's head's sore. He's going to get some information. We need a bit more of a comfortable environment. It's a bit fucking shit. I will need to look into that studio. But visuals, thank you for listening. My rules, keep being you and keep on keeping on. Chris, you say your outro, and then I want you to give one little bit of advice to the YouTube, to our audience.
what I'm going to say is look into your own investigations.
He does say that, to be fair.
Look into your own investigations because there's so much propaganda out there. We don't know what is true, what is not, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Stay safe, people. Don't get attacked by aliens. Love you, bye.
Go on, end this with something just...
Well, you don't have to believe us. I'm not saying believe us, believe yourself. If you want to get into the flat world and that, go on Rumble and look for Level.
Rumble?
Rumble. It's
Rumble.
a video sharing thing.
Okay.
It doesn't get censored and that because you won't find it on YouTube or not. It's called Level. The next one's Next Level. And the third one's
Level
with me. And they're only like an hour and 20 or something. And once you go flat, you never go back.
Once you go flat, you never go back.
That's the worst pickup line ever.